We tryna get you old now, viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men,
Not bury boys.
not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah. This ain't entertainment. This is an invention. If the truth hurt your feelings, it probably needed to be said.
Yeah, truth over lies. We don't glorify pain. Left the streets, tryna break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk. Truth over lies, this real, no cap. No crash outs, no throwaway stats. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the case, yeah. I seen talent die for Instagram stare. YNs chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pen. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers in homes, not candles and name. Quarter zip weather, modern legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it's safe. Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. Left the streets, tryna break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk. Over lies, we don't glorify pain. Left the streets, tryna break them chains. Quarter zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk. OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine. But the real killer's time and fine. They cheering when you crash out young. Then forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. Left the streets ain't hate, it's level spine. We tryna get you old, not viral online. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets, we need you here. Quarter zip vision, future focused kings. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets, we need you here. Quarter zip vision, future focused kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men, not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
We see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's on a fire.
Truth over lies.
Global games ain't playing. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace while they loading the weapons. Same script, different villains, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the true state. You black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online. While rapper per Asian get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, so distracted people never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained while generational path never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and cloud. While the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can heal a wound you refuse to resolve. So we stand locked in, eyes wide open. No distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused. We too young to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules. Same empire, new face, the distracted people never win a race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics. Black focus, no distractions.
Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, OG's back, put order in place. Say the youth, after streets, after cave.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarter zip weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets tryna break them chains. Quarters zip mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, then forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old now, viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. If the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. If the streets we need you here. Quarters zip vision, future focus kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men,
Not bury boys.
not bury boys.
Welcome. Live Tuesday, Truth Over Lies, brought to you by Cart Before the Horse Productions. How you feeling today, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking-tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Truth Over Lies Tuesday?
I got beans and bologna. Yeah.
Welcome in, Truth Over Lies Nation. We got another crazy show here this afternoon. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you come into the room.
Come on in, get yourself something nice and warm to drink this frigid winter evening. Whether or not you freeze your butt off or not, come all this fine January 27th, 2026. Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting to you, Jive Chickens, with Truth Over Lies. The world is upside down and madness is a brewing. Who could have saw this coming? Me.
So here we go. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure all y'all are subscribed to the channel, even if you're part of the replay gang. Make sure, subscribe. We got a crazy show here.
There you go. Shout out to the replay gang. Everybody, make sure you are catching the replays and our video premieres. Make sure you are subscribed to all 3 channels, please, and thank you.
So here we go. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. We are talking about America is upside down and everyone is on edge. So we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff going on and see how much we can mine through today.
Sorry, not sorry. I'm not surprised. You know, I believe that's why, like, I don't put nothing past government. I don't put nothing past humanity. Like, stuff be awful. Things be god awful. Don't be too surprising, though.
So here we go. We're going to start here in Minnesota. Hit the like button. We're going to start up here with this woman. Let's see what we got.
Medic.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Tell her to put some ice on it.
Well, here we are. This woman here, at first they were saying maybe she got pew-pewed by an ICE agent, but then they found out that she had picked up a live flashbang and it went off in her hand. So they just up there acting goofy. It exploded right in her hand. And
Sure. Listen, dumb. Stupid is as stupid as, said Forrest Gump. Yeah. Listen, they out there playing with artillery and military grade ordinances. That's what you get when civilians start playing army, man.
yeah. So it seemed like a little bit of everybody is heading up to Minnesota, all type of different groups. I'm going to pull this video up. This brother.
This country. Name one thing you've done for America. Name one thing that you've done for this nation. Name one thing, you little bitch fucking kid. Name one thing you've done for this nation. I'm a combat vet. What have you done for this nation?
Solitary confinement for January 6th.
Oh, so you're a traitor then?
No.
You stormed the nation's capital because you betrayed the Constitution. How dare you carry that flag? You are traitorous little scum. You see that, folks? A January 6th Proud Boy little bitch.
And there we go. So this guy here, this is one of the dudes that T-Money just parted from the January 6th madness. And now he claimed that he part of some far wild, little mustache type party now. And now they done got something going. He's supposed to be part of that. And he went up to Minnesota And it's just a bunch of people in the streets.
Acting wild, ain't got nothing else better to do. Let folks play. Let the ignorant play in the highway like Frogger all they want to. Let them. It's entertaining. I don't know what they think they doing. The revolution on either side shall not be televised. This is just entertainment. We just watching folks crash out. For what? What is all this going to prove? I promise you, we are fully in the age of internet clout. That is currency. The only thing this is going to get them, and they don't care, is clout, notoriety, and a little bit of internet steam. That's why they here.
So yeah, this is all going on in Minnesota after the fraud. Y'all know we've been talking about this stuff for at least a month. You know, the Somalians, and shout out to the Hustler's Philosopher. You know, a lot of people have been blowing the whistle, and the brother, I guess the kid, Nick Shirley, been up there and all this. So now all these groups are going up there. It's like the ground zero for all of this.
I'm down for organizing for a righteous cause. You know, shout out to all our ancestors that's done marched, you know, and got outcomes in back in the day. My question is, these are adults midday. Do these folks not have jobs? I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I thought everybody had to go to work.
Getting paid. This is their job. They're paid agitators.
That I think I did hear that last show. Paid protesters. Excuse me. That's new to me. A paid protester.
What have you done for this nation? Fuck you. Fuck you, you bitch. You're a pudgy little bitch. You're a pudgy little bitch. I didn't destroy your property. You're a pudgy little bitch. You're a pudgy little bitch who never did a damn thing for this fucking nation. Look at this. Look at these assholes all standing here. Pudgy little fucking bitch who's never done a goddamn thing for this country. Look at this little bitch. You think this motherfucker ever served in the military? You think this fucker's ever done anything for the country? Look at this little Nazi traitor bitch. Look at this little Nazi traitor bitch.
And so he's a protester just like them. Those protesters on both sides, and you know, he ain't part of ICE. As you see, they on the other side of the street. They got their gear. He over there with everybody else. He just got his vest on. He trying to fit in with them, but he just a regular person. He an a-hole. He out there causing trouble.
Be careful. You know, folks out here, I'm understanding getting paid to carry on like this. YouTube, these are the dark corners of YouTube. You can get paid to be an antagonist. This is better than pay-per-view. It's like, go ahead. We're going to give you some twos, a few, some thousands. Go out there, get your whole little campaign, whole itinerary drawn up. And here's also a waiver to sign as well. If you find yourself being blown to smithereens during all this, and we ain't liable, sign here.
Look at this little Nazi traitor bitch. Look at this fat little bitch, dude. You're such a cowardly traitor. Fuck you. Where is your crowd? Where is your crowd at? Where is your crowd? Where are your people? This is hilarious, dude. You can't make this shit up, dude. You cannot make up how few people showed. Where are your people at? Where's your rally? Where's your march? Where are they? They don't even have any people. You don't even have a crowd.
Look at them. These is the hills have eyes. So they had a march they were supposed to do in Minnesota. And like he said, only like 8 people showed up. They had this whole thing planned. They was talking about on social media, you know, we the Proud Boys, whatever. We January 6th, we going up there, and like 8 people showed up. And as you can see, hundreds of demonstrators showed up for pushback. But they like, it's only 8 of y'all. We hear hundreds deep.
They sound like they just trying to tussle in the streets like gangs in New York. Leonardo DiCaprio and them meeting up at the daggone 5 Points. People just got this much animosity. Here's the title of the daggone show. America's Upside Down. Everybody just on edge and ready to fight. I believe it or not, Gavin X and I have told you, we know exactly what this feels like. Been there. It's just like you do all this work, you get all this anticipation built up, just how they did. You show up and only 8 of them show up, and now y'all just sitting out in the freezing cold, miserable, arguing at nobody. Pathetic.
Oh, look at this guy. He just got out of prison a few months ago. Guaranteed. You can't make this shit up. Nobody should. There's more press here than you. This is hilarious. This is just crazy. Look at this. Oh, hey, here's the guy that was bear macing people and hey, why were you stealing people's megaphones? Bitch, see what happened? Oh, motherfucker! Look at you! Hey, you feel like a man spraying little ladies?
This is a lot. And like I said, a lot of these dudes just got out of prison. They have been pardoned by Trump, so they feel they own 1,000. They like T Money got us out of prison, out of federal prison. He pardoned us for the, January 6th, whatever. A lot of them guys got charged. And once he got back in office, he pardoned them. So here they are. They back out on the streets raising hell.
I don't know what that feel like. I would feel invincible too. Yeah, listen, I'd be telling every chance I get, I'm like, y'all better shut up if I do something to you and the president pardon me for it. I'd be a wild card. I understand. I get it. Foolish. See that? I can understand the madness, but I can also call it foolish because like I said, you can go out here and pretend like you got a get out of jail free card just because you have been given a get out of jail free card if you want to. Somebody gonna put hands and lay it on you eventually.
Well, here we go. A few moments later, they out here playing and joking. And
someone's megaphone. We have it on camera. We are filing charges. You're a very shameful human being. Shame on you, man. Hey, peaceful. He's getting exactly what he came for.
This is wild. So everybody out there flying different flags. I see Italian flags, FT money, America, all type of stuff. The Black Panthers, everybody there. They squaring up like Ron Burgundy and them when they all met up, all the news stations, and they started fighting. That's where we at right now.
You ready? A good old-fashioned session of fisticuffs? Man, this is like Gangs in New York. Come on, man. That's one of my favorite movies. I see the dead rabbits up there. They got their flag. They all done got laced up with brass knuckles and billy clubs. But they ain't about no smoke. Ain't nobody out there getting fish hooked. Ain't nobody out there getting they small joints manipulated. None of that. They out here just did a whole bunch of talking. That's why it's pathetic. Go ahead. Get to it. Start busting some skull.
A few moments later.
So here we go, complete chaos. That same guy from the first video here.
Immigrants, anchor baby, violent migrants. Look what they do in America. Let's go, white Americans. Our country's worth standing up for.
It's getting so wild out here. And that dude there, he was talking all that yin yang, and they eventually backed him into a corner. All right, that was him y'all seen up there. And they got him by himself. All his boys scattered, and he was stuck in this crowd around over 1,000 people. And it got bad. It got bad. They was trying to.
He is not in control of the situation. They gonna want his boys little shoot off dude. He there? His boys there? I see it's a couple of them. But now I was gonna say but here we go. That is a characteristic of them. They are only big and bad in groups. God dang it.
Look, they got backed all the way up into this corner here. They was stuck inside that little gully. And
pathetic.
People was throwing stuff out. They couldn't hit them though. They kept missing. They was firing stuff from deep. Do you see this douche? He's smashing off the wall. And They was trying to nail him with something.
There's no way. Like, he's smiling. He can't got no choice because they just spraying stuff at him. Silly straw, silly string, other fluids.
Look at that brother up there. Why these black men up there? Let's talk about it. Let's pause this and ask why these two brothers up here looking goofy as hell. Look at them.
This is freaking ignorance. What is he doing? Well, it is two
black dudes sitting right there. And they was the main ones. They was like, we got him. Who y'all got him for who?
Got who? They got him? Oh my God.
Yeah, so
these some crackheads. These some crackheads. They was walking down, they saw a crowd. Crackheads is very sociable. Yeah, they'll go and just start interacting. They make the perfect spy. Yeah, you'd think they're supposed to be there, wouldn't you?
This is just a nightmare. Like I said, he was up here on this thing. They got to throwing stuff at him, and they eventually took him. I don't know what they did with him.
What was that?
You don't know what that was. That
you see what I'm saying?
You know, that was morning piss after a night of drinking malt liquor. Like just spray you in the mouth. Like, that was salty. What the hell was that?
Absolutely not. That's biological warfare. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are playing and joking. Let folks do what they do, and they getting exactly what they signed up to get. Shout out to my mama. You keep campaigning, your ass gonna get elected.
I don't know what that black dude do. I don't know what they doing. But some people trying to protect him, some people ain't.
Well, they drag up. I think they got his legs. Yeah, he down on the head. It ain't looking good. Now they dragging him away.
America's upside down. We got angry moms in the street. They just taking folks. It's anarchy. It's laughable now, but it really ain't. This can get serious real fast. T-Money talk about enacting insurrections and stuff. Y'all better quit playing.
He gonna enact martial law. Listen, not what's gonna happen is gonna happen, man. Like this ain't proving no point. They're gonna be, oh yeah, every time y'all go on the street, y'all get violent. Martial law, curfew, 9 p.m. for women, 10 p.m. for men. It's about to get real wild. I know that sign right there. The black one say FT money, but I thought it said F it. That's gonna be they just F it. They're gonna be walking around F a country, F a state. They're just gonna be walking around with flag F it, fight me, die slow.
Hey, calm down! It's slippery. Not me! Hey, chill the fuck out! Guys, everybody believe on time! Let him leave! Let him leave!
I don't know. Ain't no way I could be in. Look, another black dude right there. It's like Waldo. It's like looking for Wall. Everywhere I look, a ninja keep popping up. A hood ninja. Not no Don Lemons. All right. Even though Don is out there, but we seeing hood ninjas and stuff, man. What y'all doing?
I have got to believe that every brother we done seen thus far in this crowd, including him, know of JP. I got to believe it. They definitely cut from the same cloth. Speaking of, I would not be all confused and surprised if I saw JP up there. For sure, right on. Ignorance loves ignorance. They don't care what color it is. Cameras out there. I'm talking. I
Get up! Let's go! Come on, let's just get up!
Pure chaos. So, like I said, this was, look, all these people, thousands. And, you know, the people were supposed to have a demonstration. They were supposed to have a march. Imagine if they did show up. Imagine if 500 of them guys did show up and meet up with these people. I don't know what would have happened.
Squabble up like gangs in New York. I tell you what, man, shout out. I believe we should acknowledge and joyfully make fun of different cultural differences. Shout out to the white Viking man. He likes to just be enraged and violent for no reason. You know what this is, Miss X? This is a giant political mosh pit. They like to get in these large groups at they hard rock concerts. Where's Leon King at? And they just start beating each other upside the head. My neighbor,
that's the same guy right here. That's the same guy they drive. And imagine the temperatures. So this is Minnesota. It's -1 degrees at best. So they are freezing cold.
And that's why they swinging and flailing their arms and being all violent. It's the heat. The rage keeps them warm. I understand my white brothers.
But this is them. So we talking about America is upside down. Everyone is on edge. And yeah, this happened about a week ago. They captured this dude and let, you know, and that wasn't good. And that's when T-Money really started talking about putting boots on the ground because y'all cutting up now.
They captured him. Like you said, what does that mean? Where did he go? They go interrogate him? Like they waterboard him? What's going on? I'm pretty sure he went back home, got his bed, and went night-night. Or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where they took him, but they marching. Where is
Is this a hotel?
Don't touch it!
That's when you got out liquor.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it appears to be a hotel, which is light work. Like I said, they just went into a church. So they have no limits and bounds. They ran up in the church and them people got arrested. They tripping.
I don't know about it. This is too much. You can't look, people just doing anything. They just start reaching and grabbing at folks like them zombies.
I'm surprised there hadn't been more deletions. I'll be honest. Look at this sister. What the?
They don't want no smoke with us. They can come like this. Where's the rest of them?
So this woman here, they took the dude's vest. All right, his infidel vest. Black woman holding up the vest saying they don't want no smoke with us. This ain't your fight, Bonquisha. This is Bonquisha.
Hold up now. I tell you what, Bonquisha, I tip my hat. I'm always saying you ain't that much of a bad butt, but you done went and divested a grown man. Shout out to Bonquisha. She just may be as violent as she put on. All right. I don't know. This is a victory for Bonquisha.
So here we are. This is the problem. Everybody's getting involved. And that's the problem. That's why it's a mess.
Madness. I don't know why the sisters and the brothers is there. But they up front and doing stuff. I don't know. They had them all hemmed up in the corner. Okay, look at that. See, y'all tripping, man. You walk and somebody smack you in the face with an egg. Raw egg, just whop. You just gonna keep on going on with your protest, huh?
I mean, it's only a matter of time before they start throwing feces and stuff. Look at this. Who that? Jihanda? The giraffe?
Jihanda.
Holy hell.
They got the giraffe. Get up, Jihanda. Get up, Jihanda.
Yeah, that was wild. That was a whole giraffe. Not sure what that was about. The furries is out there. Huh.
We got a giraffe sighting in Minneapolis at the protest. That's all we know. That's all we got. We don't know. We only know one giraffe over here. I'm leave it alone.
Wow. Walking them off. Whole giraffe.
We can't get a clear shot. Can't see. He bent over, so we can't really tell how tall he is. Gian, he got a lot of explaining to do. He hunched over, so you can't see how tall he is.
And it was all over this guy. So he started all this ruckus. Like I said, they went up to Minnesota. They were supposed to have a march, and none of them showed up because they obviously didn't want smoke.
Obviously not. They didn't have enough people. I told you, they cowards. This extreme right, little mustache group. They gotta have big hordes to act tough. Yeah, they can't have what they had 8. Yeah, you give me 8 of me and my brothers. I get to hand select these ninjas. Oh, we man, police. Well, we also going to prison.
That part. So as far as this guy, he going in the pit.
There you go, punk.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me?
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Oh, that is too funny, man. Listen, all we doing is reporting what we see up here on the social media world. All we know is there was a giraffe at the protest. Y'all can draw y'all own conclusions.
Yeah, that was wicked. So here we are. Y'all see it? All right. America is upside down. And yeah, that was this guy here. So yeah, they was on his top, man. This guy. Yeah.
Some sister done came around with the raptor claws. That sister got a whole spider on her finger. It's wicked. I ain't dealing with these wild creatures.
Yeah, this is like Mad Max. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be out there with none of y'all. Y'all
Claw on your face. You don't know what's on her hand, man. Actually, you do know what's on her hand.
So here we are. America is upside down. People just crashing out for no reason. So we're gonna make our way towards the hot subject. There's a lot bigger stuff going on. We mining towards it.
Here we go. What's going on in Wichita?
Hit the like button. Take a second. Make sure you all hit the like button. Make sure you all are subscribed to the channel as we are on this journey. And make sure to support the channel by hitting the Cash App, hitting the Super Chat. Please and thank you.
That caption is wild.
So here we go.
Anytime. Come on. Anyone who wants to fucking ride the lightning can come get this.
Take your mask off, pussy!
1488.
Take your mask off, pussy!
1488. Heil Hitler. Go ahead, you white liberal woman. Change is coming. The sun will rise again. America, wake up! White people, wake up! Look at your country! Look at what it's become! Heil Hitler! Sing on! Your grandfathers and great-grandfathers died drowning in their own blood for you to come out here and support criminal illegal aliens! Think about it! Think about it! You've been brainwashed! This is America! This is America!
Take your mask off!
Shut up, you fucking lesbian! You fat bitch! Shut the fuck up!
You bitch!
Heil Hitler!
Oh. Yeah. Unhinged. Everybody is on edge. This dude is going berserk. This is the church. This the Latter-day Saints. They out here singing Kumbaya, my Lord. And he got on the ski mask and he raising hell. All right, y'all was sent by the Lord. He was sent by Satan. And he doing Satan's work.
This is hilarious.
They said, take that mask off, you kuda.
He out here raging. He using every inch of his First Amendment, right? My goodness, listen here. This daggone dude. He out here talking about hell little mustache, man. And the other folks out here, the Latter-day Saints, out here singing Kumbaya. This is so hilarious because, you know, as history has it, the small mustache man might have hated you too. And these white folks singing Kumbaya, and they ain't got no business really singing it because it don't mean what you think. Kumbaya is not a peaceful song. It is a war cry, actually. It's a low war cry. But nevertheless, I guess this is kind of war. So maybe it is fitting, you know.
This is America!
He about to lose his voice. This might be a drop.
This is America! Take your mask off! Shut up, you fucking lesbian! You fat bitch!
He mad as hell. You could fry an egg on top of his head right now. Like, this dude is pissed, but he ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight.
And that's pathetic. Exactly. He a big old kid. His daddy, his drunk uncles done hyped him up when he was a kid. When he was 8, 9 years old, he was out on the back porch and his uncle snuck him some cheap bum beer and was telling him, yeah, son, we're the chosen people. And they poured this hate and rhetoric into him. And now he's an adult carrying on, but he ain't proven himself to himself. He ain't proven himself to his peers, nor his family if he got one. He looked like he got them childbearing hips. Big old softy, big hateful softy.
That's it. And he was up here. What'd he say?
Wake up! White people, wake up! Look at your country! Look at what it's become! Why are we here? Sing out! Your grandfathers and great-grandfathers died drowning in their own blood for you to come out here and support criminal illegal aliens!
There you go. He said, your grandfathers, your great-grandfathers, General E. Lee, damn it. Christopher Columbus, George Washington, what are y'all doing?
All that. Your forefathers were warmongers. Follow suit. He's speaking some truth. He is. You know, they got a role to play. That is his history. You know, shout out to my fat white German buddy Bill, man. That's my boy. But I be getting on him. How about you talk all this mess? You Mr. This America, don't tread on me. They out here treading on your nuts. I say, get your proud self, get all them toolies you got, all of them, and go ahead and take back your land. Yeah, that's how you talk to them. Y'all, they know how to antagonize us. We got to learn how to antagonize them. We all claiming this land, and each side got to show that this is our land. As black folks, we got to show our way. Come on, warmonger, with all your drones and fully automatic toolies. Get your land back, punk.
No. Think about it! Think about it! You've been brainwashed! This is America! This is America! Take your mask off! Shut up, you fucking lesbian! You fat bitch! Shut the fuck up, you bitch! Heil Hitler! Sing out!
You want to know something? I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now. You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf, right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, They have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and went under dictatorship.
So this is the old senator, the old wrestler, all right, Jesse Ventura. He turned senator. He was the senator of Minnesota, I believe. And he called T-Money, former Minnesota, he called T-Money the draft dodger. All right, he said, y'all remember T-Money? Yeah. They said, no, you ain't going to war. Back, what was that, Vietnam or whatever was going on. You know, this brother said T-Money was playing golf while they was out fighting.
Well, if you got money, you could pay for your kids not to have to go into the draft. That's rich man knew that. You think the rich, wealthy man about to send his firstborn child into pending doom? Absolutely not. That was only for you poor white folks. Yeah, see, boy, y'all ass this evening. Y'all didn't realize that. Yeah, only the poor white and the melanated folks go out there and get blown to smithereens. The rich, affluent kids, they get to stay alive. But shout out to the Jesse, the Body Ventura. Was he really part of a Navy SEAL team? If so, shit, listen here. Respect, and there's no more bad person than Navy SEAL. That's pretty tough.
I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia. In comes the military. That's what's happening. Guy with a machine gun on every corner. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here. Read history. You learn from history. Anytime you have the loss of life that needlessly happens, that's tragedy. And what occurred yesterday did not have to happen.
Yeah, everybody mad. White folks pissed. Like you said, I wonder if they would be this pissed if these were black folks. If that was a black woman in that car, or if that was a black man out on the streets the other day, Jesse would not be up here doing this interview. It would be not Jesse Ventura, it'd be Jesse Jackson. All right, it'll be Al Sharpton and all of them. But they wouldn't care. But unfortunately, it's a lot of white on white, and here we are.
I find peace in acknowledging that's the way it's always going to be. I don't see nothing wrong with a German man wanting to keep his German lineage alive by keeping his bloodline German. Whatever, who gives a crap? Because I definitely would like for my grandkids to share my reflection as well. So what? So what? Folks, each side is going to be out for the best interest of their race, culture, what the freak ever. We need to follow suit and not be so triggered when other folks don't come to our aid. But I guess we do, because we always going to other folks' aid, but we need to stop that. There you go.
So yeah, and he talking about the incident that happened here.
Go.
Just the dude.
What the is wrong with you? People, what is wrong with you? Honestly.
Over.
Oh my god! Oh my god, you people, man! You're killing us! Why would you do that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm seeing this! I can't believe I'm seeing this! All he was
Yeah. Welcome, white folks. This is unfortunate, but this is what, melanated folks been going through a long time. It's very traumatic to watch somebody be deleted right in front of you, and they are going through it. And it's this guy. So it's this guy you see here directing traffic. I don't know what he was doing. He was directing traffic. That's the guy that got deleted. They since found out he was like a nurse or something. And, he got here. He was trying to protect this woman that got shoved to the ground. And it just was up after him. So I think that's a black woman. I could be wrong. Well, I'm probably a white woman. And he stepped in to try to say, whoa, relax. And then they start macing him. And then they all came. I don't know what happened. But this is the guy they found the firearm on him. So he was strapped. And here we are. It's been a lot.
Here we go. So most likely right there, that cop, that ICE agent that maced him, most likely is looking right at his firearm. I saw a video. That protester that got deleted, he did have a piece at 6 o'clock, right in the back there in his waistband. And yeah, they did him dirty. But please excuse me, like Mr. X said, I am desensitized. This don't shake me. They show melanated men being deleted like you get to see it all on the internet. It's not even censored. Please excuse me. I've been desensitized by America. This is not gonna shake me.
So yeah, this is what happened the other day with the woman. And where we at here? Don't pull this up. Now they all just out there crashing out.
Go ahead! Shoot me! You wanna shoot me? You wanna shoot me? Shoot me! Go ahead! Shoot me! Pepper spray me! Hurt me! Shame on you! On your grandma!
These people clearly haven't leered enough. Honestly, instead of simply laughing at these people, I think it's quite a teachable moment. Personally, I think we can all lear a pretty good lesson from Alex and Renee. I will not let their deaths be in vain, because as of right now, they literally died for nothing. Literally for nothing. You was acting a plumb fool, and it cost you the ultimate consequence. And as a black man, I cannot feel bad for you. You're physically interfering with law enforcement. You see this lady out here? Begging for some bullets? They didn't give her none. She ain't touching nobody. But speaking of begging for bullets, what type of deranged person do you have to be to beg for bullets? This is pretty much y'all's party right now.
Yeah! Hit and run! That's a hit and run! That's a hit and run! Hit and run! Look, hey, watch out with that weapon! Yo, watch out! What's wrong with you?
But before they do that, what the hell happened?
Which person do you have to be to beg for bullets? This is pretty much y'all's party right now.
So somebody done crashed into the ICE agents. I don't know if that was a real accident or what. Here's
person do you have to be to beg for bullets? This is pretty much y'all's party right now.
Ooh. Yeah, they out here playing bumper cars. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know if they were trying to cut her off or what, but
that's what it looked like. Looked like they was trying to stop her by cutting her off, and they just kept gassing it. They were playing bumper cars in real life. Have at it. They ain't worried about no insurance premiums going up. I don't know. Y'all got a lot of money and resources to be tearing stuff up.
That's a whole U-turn in the middle of the street. Y'all hit her. Y'all on camera. Do shit. She trying to go to work. Oh, what?
Y'all don't get it.
Y'all got no heart, for real. No heart. She's a female. You guys hit her. How you guys gonna arrest her? You guys hit her. Man, how y'all gonna arrest her, man?
He keeps saying she a female. She ain't up under no instruction, clearly. So even you, if you the man out there, why ain't you got no order? What's going on?
Here we are. if that's your woman, are you responsible for her? Either she is to stay behind you and stay out the way, or if you let her go rogue like this, now she getting drug all on the pavement. Now it's your job as her protector. You got to intervene. Whatever beating you got coming to you, take it, because you let your woman go rogue. But don't you dare stand there and watch your woman get drugged on the ground. You join her.
All right. Look, I watched the first part of that video several times, trying to figure out from my POV, did he hit her or did she hit them? People in the video said he busted a whole U-turn and then she hit her. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know who caused the accident. That's not the lesson we need to learn from this. The pretty good lesson that we can learn from this is that when law enforcement tells you to get out of the car, you simply get out. What the hell are we even talking about? It doesn't matter who hit who. At the scene of the situation, law enforcement is always right. When law enforcement is wrong, take them to court. Especially if you a citizen and they ICE, just go to court. You got several people recording you being a dummy. This is where you messed up right here. You clearly haven't leered enough from Alex and Renee. ICE is on edge right now. They're under attack. Do you not understand? Imagine how apprehensive you would be at your job if you're literally under attack all the time. And we ain't talking about protesting. Protesting is fine. Do your thing. You're allowed to voice your displeasure, even though most of the country voted for this. All right? You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to assemble. You're allowed to holler at them. You're even allowed to have your little whistles out doing your thing. You're allowed to blow your horns. You're allowed to do everything but physically stop them. More importantly, I don't care if it's a police officer, a damn security guard with a gun, a sheriff.
Oh, here we go. Like I said, it's a slippery slope. So we watched a video with, Jesse Ventura, the brother. And like he said, just look at history. So I'm looking at ICE with a side eye. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Like, says one thing not to be in support of all the illegal immigrants, but look at history as they start militarizing, the police and all of that. It can get real wonky. So stay tuned.
I don't know about y'all, but hear me well. I take life extremely seriously, very seriously. T-Money out here pardoning folks for storming the Capitol. I'm pretty sure he won't blink twice before pardoning one of these crazy white men for sending me to my maker. Not going out there. The risk is not worth whatever reward they looking for. Abso-freaking-lutely not. I believe when you know better, not only can you do better, but you have to. Because now it's gross negligence and gross ignorance. I know too much. If I ain't going out there looking or anticipating on getting deleted, I ain't going. Because they out there deleting folks.
Yes. And shout out to Black Unity. He says, all of this is an example of Alfred's quote from The Dark Knight. Some people want to watch the world burn.
Indeed.
Yes. So here we are. It's getting wonky out here. Let me pull this up. So the brother we just seen out there in the streets, this guy here is going to do a deeper dive, I guess.
Okay.
ICE murdered another innocent American today. His name was Alex Preddy. He was a 37-year-old ICU nurse for the Department of Veteran Affairs. And several poorly trained, overly aggressive, trigger-happy, fake wannabe law enforcement thugs ganged up on him, pepper sprayed him, and then unloaded 10 shots into him when he posed zero threat at all. We'll get to the video in a moment, but let me just say this loud and clear. If you're...
Well, listen, two things is true. It's unfortunate, any loss of life, but y'all need to keep the same energy. All right, there's Black folks dying every day, and y'all don't give two squats. You can go look through this guy's TikTok. You ain't going to see one video. But now that this good white man done messed around and found out from some other white folks, it's very unfortunate at best.
I can acknowledge that all life is precious, but just how you said, Mr. X, I promise you, every last little tear I got left is reserved for Black babies. That is it. That is all. Absolutely not. May that man there rest in peace. Nevertheless, it's my understanding that's the burden of a man. You are responsible for every outcome in your life. Don't matter what you've been up against, what's been up against you. Be smart. Don't meet an untimely demise.
Be law enforcement thugs ganged up on him, pepper sprayed him, and then unloaded 10 shots into him when he posed zero threat at all. We'll get to the video in a moment, but let me just say this loud and clear. If you're one of these people who still supports ICE after all that's gone on the last couple weeks, including the murder of 2 innocent Americans, let me just say a few things. Number one, you are a disingenuous person who will say absolutely anything and will lie to everybody, including yourself.
See, there you go. You will have, like I said, keep the energy. You can't say, or if you still support ICE after they deleted 2 innocent Americans. It's a thing on the wordplay. So they deleted 2 innocent Americans. Had these been black folks, they would have sent 2 black people got deleted. So they would not classify you as an American, which we are. Hell, we American, we got the same rights. So they would have sat here and they wouldn't have said that. They deleted 2 Americans. You shouldn't support them. But if they was melanated, oh, 2 ninjas got deleted. You know, it's unfortunate.
Right on. Don't complain about these truths. Don't complain that they are always going to categorize us in a specific way to dehumanize us. Like I said earlier, we've been desensitized to the deletion of our own because they keep showing it so much. You just don't be upset that they're going to continue to treat us this way. Acknowledge it. Like Mr. X, just see how he acknowledged it. He said it. It's real. But I'm not going to complain about it. No, I'm going to move accordingly. Noted.
Including yourself, in the name of defending the political party you root for. You will repeat talking points that you've heard, and you will make arguments that you absolutely do not believe in your head and in your heart, because you will do anything other than admit that you might have just been wrong about the current administration and law enforcement policies. And most importantly, I think you are a terrible person who lacks all critical thinking skills, sympathy, empathy, and morals, and I think you are an un-American piece of shit. So now let's watch the video of the murder of an innocent man who was a legal U.S. citizen with no criminal history, who was exercising his right to freedom of speech and protest, along with his right to bear arms, with a legal firearm for which he had the proper permit to carry, that he did not brandish, he did not resist, he did not get violent, and after being pepper sprayed and disarmed by ICE, they then unloaded 10 shots into him. This is Alex right here in the brown. This is the ICE agent. He shoves this woman. Alex steps in to try to defend her, and that's when the murder occurs.
And man, like you say, 10 shots is wild, you know, and here we are. Like that is, I mean, welcome to the other side. It's unfortunate.
Yes, been happening to us quite often. This is normal. This is normal in America. This is, y'all say it's an outrage. It's terrible, but it's normal. So it can't be so surprising. It's just like you said, it's an American. They got that brother up there. Look at his picture. We'll never get pictures like that. He got his scrubs on. You think he goddamn run for Congress. Got his scrubs on up nice and straight. Got the American flag in him. It's an American. Lil Ray American too. He American like a mother sucker. How that goofy white man said his ancestors are spilling their blood, so was ours, even more so.
And shout out to Unc B. Streetman. Says, why was he there in the way interrupting?
Huh? He's American. He can do what he want, Unc.
And that's another thing. They tell people what we are witnessing. They are telling people you can peacefully protest. These people are going into the streets and they are telling you stay out the streets, stop impeding us. Like if you want to stay on the sidewalk and be out here freezing, whatever. These people, he was in the streets directing traffic, just like the other woman. She was blocking the street. And they are telling y'all, stay the hell out the street. Y'all in our way.
See, again, I believe and all but know ICE is out of bounds for this deletion. Don't get that twisted. Nevertheless, to stop things like this from happening, let's dissect it. Let's think about how ICE is going to report this. What happened? We showed up. There was a grown man in the middle of the street illegally directing traffic. So what do we got? Because you sit there and start redirecting traffic. That's illegal as heck. Now we got a man that's in the middle of a crime and he's armed. So we got him. We end up trying to get him out the way. He gets involved. I see he's out there in the middle of a illegal activity and he's armed. They gonna get away with this madness.
There's so much wrong with that, and the fact that we even have to like play the video and discuss the details and have an argument about it is fucking insane. And we'll talk about the hypocrisy of the people still defending it in a moment. But first and foremost, as always, my main problem with ICE is they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're a bunch of untrained morons who not only don't know how to de-escalate, but continue to escalate these situations that really aren't even that bad to begin with, that somehow result in the murder of innocent Americans. They might as well be gang members. They're in jeans and hoodies.
Well, I think that's a problem, like I said, with ICE for sure, with just everything in America. I think everybody's underqualified damn near. Most industries are undertrained. There's not enough training for anything, whether it's the military or the police or the ICE or, your local car mechanic, your dentist, whatever. People don't have the proper training. So, that's why a lot of stuff is FUBAR.
Even in the midst of this, did y'all catch that? I don't know why he had to throw that in there. I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out. He said, these are Americans out here. These are good folks. He states they are not out here like gang members in jeans and hoodies. Again, trying to dump dirt on most likely melanated urban folks. And it's not even true. You are all them out here in jeans and hoodies, to be exact. So what are we looking at the picture? But see, they got to try to, we're the good ones. You have deleted one of the good ones. Now one of the bad ones. Do better.
And there we go. And shout out to he says, the problem with this is people don't understand combat speed in real-time chaos. He says the ish changes and gets real in milliseconds. It's no time for thoughts.
No time to be out there doing stupid stuff you ain't willing to lose your life for.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Well, here we go.
And they pull their mask up and then they fucking shoot you. If this scene wasn't happening in America, if this was happening in the Middle East, you saw 6 or 8 dudes in masks roll up on people at a protest or just in the middle of broad daylight and fucking shoot and kill, we would be calling these people savages and animals and we'd be like, we have to invade this country to protect the innocent. But because it happens here in America and the behavior is backed by Donald Trump, you just have a bunch of people being like, well, make America great again. Now let's watch the alternate angle, which shows.
Now, is that a thing? What if another country's, be like, look, we got to come protect the Americans. We don't like how y'all treating them. Y'all doing them bad. So I don't know. Ain't nobody powerful enough, I guess.
Shout out to the Swedes. Shout out to the Swedish folks. Yeah, some of y'all don't know y'all history. About tea. Y'all don't know y'all history, huh? Do y'all know that when we were revolting in Haiti, that the Swedes actually came over and they joined our side because they was going through persecution as well. Believe it's the Swedes. But my point is, it could happen. Huh? Where the Swedish at? Tell them come on over here.
There's 2 main things. Number 1 is Alex Preddy doesn't throw a punch. He never reaches for his weapon. He simply tries to protect the girl who got shoved over by ICE. And then you'll see this guy, in his hand is Alex Preddy's gun. He reaches in and successfully disarms him, and that's when Alex gets murdered.
This is all just wild. I don't know. Some of this stuff is staged. Like we got paid demonstrators. Maybe some people sacrificing themselves. I don't know. Because this stuff is just wild.
Hey, listen. Life is stranger than fiction, Mr. X. I would not find that too whimsical. I don't put nothing past nobody. I could see that. But hey, John, you got something bad going for you. We're going to give you a way out. Look. All right, it's over for you. But if you go through with this, we will give your family such and such money. They're going to be okay, but you got to go. I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised. Terminally ill? Don't know.
There's just no way around this one. It's not even like Renee Good, she didn't do anything wrong either, but like there was at least some discussion, like, was she driving the car at him? Was she not? This is nothing. There is nothing here that says that this man should have been unloaded on with 10 gunshots. If you can't say that, if you can't admit that, you're either a fucking idiot or, like I said, a disingenuous liar who will jump through all sorts of hoops in
What if
order
a
to
black
try to
guy
maintain
did
what you
that?
perceive to be the moral high ground in the political discussion. Because now the argument is, well, you had a firearm, which is the most American Second Amendment thing of all time. So the people who are condemning him for having a gun have been arguing for the right to carry a gun since the beginning of time. Throughout every school shooting, throughout every incident of police brutality, it's all about how Americans need to properly and legally carry guns. And that's exactly what this guy was doing. And now you're using that as the reason why he gets murdered. Kyle Rittenhouse goes to a protest with a gun, takes it out, uses it, kills people, gets away with it scot-free, and everyone's like, well, that's just America. He has the right to do that. Alex Preddy goes to a protest with a gun, doesn't use it, doesn't harm anyone, gets murdered for it, and everyone's like, well, he shouldn't have had a gun. The irony is overwhelming. And now, what are the leaders of our nation doing? Well, Donald Trump puts out the most predictable statement of all time, just like every other American who buries their head in the sand and refuses to do any critical thinking because it might mean they have to cross party lines. And he starts deflecting, talking about fraud and money, picking a fight with the leaders of Minnesota, completely ignoring the fact that an American was just gunned down in the streets in broad daylight. And on the other side, you have Tim Walz deploying the National Guard, which what the fuck is that going to do other than cause more chaos and violence in the streets as you basically go to war with ICE? So now we're just basically a third world country where you could just die in the middle of the day. Blood.
And yeah, so T Money did put that statement out, which was wonky. I don't know if he walked it back yet. You know, I know the NRA was probably on his top, but he was, you know, he talked about if you walk in the streets with a firearm, you're a criminal or something. And it was just like a blade. They was like, whoa, you know, you need to give more context. You know, we talking about, you know, that's an American right. But here we are. They blurring the lines. So now they're like, why did this guy who was a nurse, a law-abiding citizen, why is he carrying a firearm that he had a right to carry and why he had a protest?
Told y'all, where you at, Bill? I told y'all they done lulled y'all to sleep. Now they telling y'all was all okay with them going out there and getting the Somalians and the illegal immigrants like the Jump Out Boys. Now they getting real vague and cover all with their words. You got to fire a gun outside and you ain't got on the proper high-vis vest and all that. You's a criminal and will be treated as such. Them Proud Boys said, whoa, wait a minute now. I used to be outside at Walmart with my big old 1911. You can't be talking about me, can you? F around, find out.
Well, I would say two things is true. I would say no, because a lot of them guys are friends with the police and law enforcement. So as you can see, this guy was on the other side. So it depends on which side you on. They know because are you with them or against them?
Wild work. It's a blessing just to stay out the way. I ain't gonna run into ICE. If I promise you, I ain't gonna be running into ICE. Is it easy to stay away from ICE? Obviously, we got a problem. ICE out here putting hands and foots and toolies on folks. Let's stay away from ICE, folks, okay? Let's do that. Let's start there.
And shout out to brother TJ with the 20 ball. He says, y'all don't understand what is happening. He says, if they keep deleting white folks invented the crash out. Remember the American Revolution, Civil War, January 6th. White folks don't just talk about it like us, they bout it.
Shout out to brother TJ. That's why Deuce, go ahead. That's why I told my buddy Bill, TJ, go do something with all y'all toolies. Be about it.
Yeah, two things is true though. They ain't bout nothing. The only time they bout it is when it come down to melanated folks. As you see the Civil War, what they fighting over? Black people. January 6th, that wasn't about nothing. They didn't take one firearm. They did not have one firearm during January 6th. They didn't prove nothing. They got arrested and one of them got deleted. That wasn't a victory. So white folks ain't about ish unless they got a problem with ninjas. So when they fighting each other, this is what it looks like. Real docile, crying and complaining.
Tell you what, it was January 6th was kind of intimidating. They ran up and through there. It looked impressive, right? But yeah, they all end up going to prison and stuff anyway.
And shout out to Umpy Streaming. He says the problem with this is it's not a pause, slow-mo, zoom in, or different angle in real life. He says this happened fast. How the agent knew the strap was gone.
Uncle here playing public pretender to ICE. Hey, I feel you. Listen, just don't be in the situation. You see what I'm saying? I promise you I won't have to analyze no footage for me. Not one piece of footage. Stay out the way.
Wicked. And shout out to the Hustler's Philosopher with the $5 super sticker.
Appreciate you, brother.
Man.
Runs in the street for really no reason, and the powers that be just clash over corruption and power, and there's no end in sight until we probably inevitably hit up a civil war. Other than just being a country of rational, normal, well-adjusted people from all political parties who can just stop and say, whoa, 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 we gotta stop killing everybody. Whether it's an illegal immigrant or a U.S. citizen, whether you're in the middle of a protest or you're just walking down the street, whether you're carrying a firearm or not, whether you're a regular person or a healthcare CEO, you can't just go around fucking killing people. And that's why if you're one of these people who still fucking support this, I can't describe how much I fucking hate you. You know, it's one thing if you continue to support.
This dude just crashing out. Look, emotional, turning red. Like you said, shout out to white folk. They gonna stand up for each other. Just spread. If y'all want ninjas to care, y'all better start being more inclusive. Let me see you up here covering different ethnic groups and calling them Americans as well. Say, look, this good American here. All right.
And come on, man. Ain't no hate and very, very, very little bias over here. But I said that if this was a ninja that looked like me and I got all my proper paperwork and my toolie at 6 o'clock, am I getting the same defense from a person of this shade? And that's the problem. We do need to stick together. Like everybody, it's really not. And the folks that know better keep saying it's not black against white. It's not. This is classism. The government treats every class the same. You think T-Money love the poor whites or care about the poor whites more than the poor blacks? Absolutely not. They both garbage to him.
Wicked. And shout out to Project Leroy with the 5 says they better do like Mike Epps next Friday. When the police arrested Elroy's house, y'all can't F with the police. Y'all can't F with the 12.
Y'all can't F with the police. Y'all can't F with the police.
Yeah, I better quit playing. And shout out to Postman, been a member 3 months. Says keep on truth telling brothers, kings of truth.
Shout out to Postman, Mailbox Sports. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And shout out to King Horror with the 20 says the truth is, if you don't want to put yourself in harm's way, if these guys is out here doing their job and they were caught, called there to do, he says, don't put yourself in that scene. I work the law enforcement and it's a very dangerous job.
Listen here, I'll take your word for it.
There we go. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And Unc says, F around and find out is undefeated.
Indeedy.
So here we go. I'm going to pull this video up. Shout out to this brother, what's his name? Amazing Lucas. I know he's a very controversial guy, but he going to give his take.
Trigger alert.
Looks like white is the new black. So I'm sure many of you guys are aware, unless you've been living under a rock, that ICE has taken down another white American. Just want to point that out. The first one was a white woman, and this individual was a white man, I believe to be an RN. And it seems, as I said in the intros, that white is the new black. So what I will be doing as a service to the people, the American people, I will be doing a world tour. Okay. I will be starting off in Minneapolis and just traveling the states. And what I will be doing is trying to help white people, in this transitional phase of their newfound blackness, just to help them to assimilate a little bit more, because this is how this administration is treating y'all.
Damn.
Now, I don't mean to make light of the situation, but I think they're losing their minds right now. That's what's happening. All this, white privilege and all that has gone to the wayside. Now you are the new black, okay? They are now treating you like they treat black men and black women. And I know that you're not very aware of what really goes down, okay? Because I know y'all were very much, some of y'all, not all of you, but some of y'all, I know some of y'all were really sad when Charlie went away, okay?
So here we are. Amazing Lucas. I see y'all already. Trigger alert. All right. Don't let these folks on the internet trigger y'all. I don't let none of them trigger me. I take everybody with a grain of salt. All right. Don't know them personally. I think a lot of folks up here just be in character, just whatever side they want to be on for the bag. And But here he is. He's saying white is the new black. And he calling out, what's going on.
Listen here. When folks like this got, makes wild statements, bold statements, got on shirts, they make bold statements. Just acknowledge the fact that they are looking for attention. That's what I do. And in real life, I give them what they look for a little bit, because I can. But they just look for attention. Either find a way to shove it in their face, with your intellect and your wordplay, or leave these folks be. But don't you dare go, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by saying that? What do you mean by that shirt? You know what they mean. And you gave them the response they wanted by getting triggered. Don't get triggered.
Y'all were jumped right on the bandwagon of, hey, he's the MLK, he's just like MLK and everything. They just getting you for words. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to be like one of them, well, now you are truly one of them. And it's just it goes downhill from there. So within my curriculum, we'll go over how to introduce yourselves, how to, fake names when doing job interviews, because you don't want to use your regular name. Okay, that'll trigger the system. How to engage when going into grocery stores, going into just regular shops. Just understand there's probably gonna be someone who follows you and stuff like that. How to engage with law enforcement. I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm not even going to go into the story that surrounded this shooting. And the reason why is it doesn't matter. Yes, I know. Just take some time. I know that's probably a bit much for you to hear, but being the new black, the story doesn't matter. All right. What they will try and do is vilify you no matter what. I know that's not fair. I know that the facts aren't even out and they're already saying this person was in the wrong.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots.
Not like this. Not like this.
Yes, that is the new black. That's what we've been going through this entire time. I'm just now you're experiencing it firsthand.
Listen, he got a point. So I guess that's the title of his video. A lot of times, I guess he'd be off base. The couple times we covered him, all right, I guess he's been hitting on something. He like, look, like the guy, first thing they came out, he had a weapon. This dude was a nurse, probably zesty, a whole square. But they done painted this dude. So this is what they gonna do. We've been telling y'all, it ain't no fun now.
It sucks, doesn't it?
We once had a kid walking home with Skittles and the iced tea. You understand? Y'all demonize him. So here we are.
And then the individual that deleted the young man, a young boy that was an American, the man that did the deleting then went around getting Skittles and teas signed or signing them. So now y'all want us to feel bad because white violence had turned on white man himself? Again, understand something. We have been dealing with this, like he said, being demonized. Y'all saw the footage. That man was not charging nobody with no toolie. He may have had it on him, but he didn't charge him with it. But welcome to the dark side. All right. It's over. They will delete you and come up with the story later. Enjoy the darkness. Everybody want to be black. It's cool, ain't it?
That part. And like Gihanna said, rest in peace to young brother Trayvon. That part.
So I know y'all were thinking, well, we're going to use our white privilege to help you guys. Looks like that card is expired during this administration. Or at least the liberal white privilege. Y'all have been stripped from it. Okay, y'all practically like everyone else now. Before, you guys were like Superman and Superwomen and like, hey, leave them alone. Now they're going to shoot both of us. I don't know what we're doing here right now.
He's out of line, but he's right.
You saw Kristi Noem talk about, hey, this person was violent. They had a 9mm.
You just made claims that the individual posed a threat to law enforcement.
That is no claim. It is the facts. The facts of this situation. This individual showed up to a law enforcement operation with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition. He wasn't there to peacefully protest.
Not like this.
We had them talk about, I believe it was on Fox News, talking about, hey, what type of person carries a 9mm?
Don't let the left kid you with this, that this is just a normal protest where people are peacefully protesting. No, it's not. Peaceful protesters don't have 9mm weapons with 2 extra magazines.
Listen, this ain't a matter of race. It come down to class and social status. So if you ain't MAGA or Proud Boys and all that, listen, you're on the other side. You with the ninjas, and you will be treated like a ninja. Choose your side appropriately. All right, if you're going to be out here with that 9mm, you better have an ice vest on or something.
There you go. Listen here, man. I don't love it. I find this space, interesting. And it's comments like this that are a problem. The fact that we can sit here and acknowledge that a young black man being deleted is wrong. Now we instantly Kamala supporters. That's the vision the government wants, you fools. You absolute fools. If you can't call the right and wrongs on both sides, you are part of the freaking problem. And that's what they want. They want you to be staunch right, staunch left. Don't look at what's bad going on. Absolute foolish and ignorance.
Yes, I'll say that's the majority of people. It's just the society we live in, whether you're talking about sports, religion, all politics, people are pretty staunch. So if they on that side, you ain't changing their mind of things.
That is a part of the problem that feeds into government influence. Sweet Jesus.
I tried to tell you guys that, hey, these people were hypocrites when it came to the Second Amendment, because based off the bump stock, right? Based off the bump stock ban, all these pro-gun advocates, the Colin Noir, the tap dancing Negroes, the rest of them were all like, well, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I don't really use bump stocks. Pam Bondi was the one, who was listening to Trump when he was like, hey, maybe we should take away the guns and then give them due process. This is the same people y'all voted in, Republicans. Just want to let y'all know. And I know there's probably some lefties out there that voted for him as well. So I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can be is kind of a mentor in this process. That's the only thing I really have to offer you, because you can see that they're now blaming you for your Second Amendment right of carrying a gun. And any black person knows you do not engage with law enforcement while carrying a piece. No. That's a guaranteed way to go bye-bye. That's a guaranteed way. That is straight to the morgue. You might as well drive yourself, okay? Damn. Now, I know you being white and all, you not having the same experiences, you may be like, well, Lucas, I have a Second Amendment right, okay? I didn't pull the gun out. All right, it was concealed, and I have a right to conceal. I know, boo-boo. I know. We got a lot to learn. Okay, we got a lot to learn. All right, that's
a lot to learn. So yeah, second rights and laws. Hold on, trust me. Ninjas, lots of ninjas had concealed carries and whatnot, but it don't matter if they got the right to spin the narrative. They control the media and the news. So if they say you bad guy, then you a bad guy.
It's their discrepancy. They can say whatever they want. I've been in so many close calls with law enforcement. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I told you. I done had law enforcement officers doing routine traffic stops. Dang, everything a traffic stop. Oh, but tell me if you move, I'm going to delete you. Yeah, welcome to the dark side. Your rights got a damn asterisk next to it. Yeah. Depending on how this officer feeling today, whether or not that right is valid or not. F around and feel free to find out.
All right, that's not how that works as a newfound black person. That's not how that works at all. So as we saw, once they said gun, right? Gun, you got a gun. You're done, Joe. Bye-bye, night. Now, resisting while you have a piece on you is the craziest thing you could do. I just want to let you guys know that as a newfound black person, that is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Unless you did not want to exist that day, That is what you do. You know, hopefully this is a lesson to other white people out there, whether you're liberal, whether you're Republican, and you disagree with what's going on with ICE. I understand. But like I said, right now is not the time, okay? Right now is not the time to use that white privilege card because they rejected it, okay? It's coming back declined. I'm just letting you know, okay? I'm just letting you know.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question?
I wish you all the best of luck. I'm here for you guys in case you have any questions. Hey, Lucas, what car should I drive? Should I drive this car? What about the tinted windows? That's a no.
So here we go. I don't know. This guy here, I guess I don't know his history on YouTube. I guess y'all say he straddles both sides of the fence, but here he is. So don't know. He's triggering white folks today.
Listen, this message today definitely approved by Mr. Walker. And that's the thing, man. Is it possible to get along with somebody even though you don't agree with everything they say? Do we no longer judge folks on their core values? Like, you know, today we so daggone fickle. If your favorite color is blue and mine is red, I hate you, ninja. That's so freaking weird. That's weird, man. We need to stop all this. I don't like you because you like something I don't. We need to grow up.
And there we go. So this guy here, like I said, don't know exactly his history on YouTube. I have to do some research, but I done seen y'all in the chat stumping them out. So, but y'all stump everybody out. So that really don't mean too much.
Try to tell you, I get stumped out every 10th comment. I'm good for 9. The 10th one, stomp out.
All right, what about the tinted windows? That's a no. Don't do that. Don't do that. don't do that. Even if it's legal in your state, don't do it. Okay. There's a lot of rules, a lot of unspoken laws that you guys have to you just have to consume it, right? You're just gonna have to you're gonna have to take an expedited course. As I said before in this video, I don't mean to trivialize this person's demise, but that's how they're treating you when it comes to the news. They're going to justify it. We saw what happened with Renee Good. They're going to justify it. They're going to say you were violent. They're going to question as far as why you had a gun in the first place. Only criminals have guns while walking up to police. Yeah. I know. I can see you're bawling right now. I'm a nigga. I know. It's exactly what Paul Mooney said, right? Everybody wants to be one, but nobody wants to be one. Well, sorry. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. I just want to let everyone know that, hey, there are some cons, don't get me wrong, but there are definitely some pros, okay? There are some pros. We'll talk about those pros. I don't want to put them out in the ether, but there's definitely some pros, okay? Ask your black friend or friends if you're lucky. Hit them up, DM them, do what you got to do. Ask them, hey, what are some pros to being black? They'll let you know.
Huh. So here we go. This guy come up here, triggering. That's his thing. He's sort of in the shock jock lane with it all. I guess he's blown up over the last few years. He got a couple 100,000 subs. I'm not sure exactly how many, 4, 5, 6, I'm not sure, but he got a pretty big channel. And I think he does like call-in shows. So that is kind of respectable. Like people got smoke. You can definitely go over there and let them know why you don't like them.
Here you go. Listen here. Shout out to Sister Ebony. I take your word, sister. The brother bit corny. Nevertheless, today's message, I like that. The wabbits got the gun. Yeah, listen, this, I believe, plays into my faith. I'm not going to sit here and whine and complain. I shall hurt. I shall weep whenever our folks continue to get deleted all willy-nilly, but I'm not going to complain because I believe that God is just and that all of these wrong happenings will be made right. Somebody need to say freaking amen. Ain't no need to sit here and worry and be anxious. All we can do is continue to put our best foot forward, educate one another, stay frosty, and move accordingly.
So there we go. So like he said, that was his message, to the YT folks. They coming up here and, he had a license. He got rights and this and that. He let y'all know we been there. So yeah, for all the white folks who are truly puzzled, just ask your black comrades.
There you go. It's none of y'all business. All of the black mom vlogs, the things you gotta warn your black son about going outside into the world once they reach a certain age. This is a huge difference in our culture. That's a real talk. Even we had to have it with our sons. You know, you can't go outside in the front with a toy Nerf gun because your white neighbors do. You can't do it. Why? Because young boys have been deleted doing it. Young black boys, to be very specific. So yeah, ask your black friend how to go about life. But just very simply put, all your rights and privileges, put an asterisk next to it.
So there we go. So we got plenty more madness here. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Shout out to King Horror. Come back, says this is not our fight.
At all.
I agree. So where we at here? Before we keep moving, I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody want to call in, all right, before we get to this next segment, there's the link. You call in, you can come up, call in. If you got any questions so far at this point in the show, all right. I know a lot of y'all was stumping this guy out. So if y'all got more intel, why we shouldn't be listening, what y'all got?
Come let us know. We're not closed-minded. We don't mind taking in new information. Come tell us where we might have got it wrong, huh? Just be respectful. That's all.
So here we go. In the meantime, take a second and
hit the like button. Take a second. Make sure you all hit the like button. Make sure you all are subscribed to the channel as we are on this journey. And make sure to support the channel by hitting the Cash App, hitting the Super Chat. Please and thank you.
So here we are. Yeah, Amazing Lucas. Don't know much about him, but he told white folks, call a ninja. So I don't know what that's about. And why did he say that? Matter of fact, while we waiting, I will pull this up. Here's the other
American.
side. Y'all playing with ICE. What I say? This guy here, ICE stopped the black American couple with clearly black accent. All right.
Look, I do not like this, and y'all know. They all know this ain't no targeted vehicle. Credit card, debit card, they got my ID. I just got out of jail because they caught me drinking and driving. I ain't drinking today. That's good. Shit, I don't like this. This got me too nervous. I don't know what the hell's going on. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Bothering me? You the law. Just go. Chill out. Please, we do not need all that. Bro, listen. You born here in Minneapolis? No, Illinois. Man, you see ain't no foreigners up in here. We ain't Mexican, African, none of that shit. I'm American.
Hey, see what we saying? This is where the lines get too damn blurry. He said, oh, clearly got an American accent. They can act like they can't hear. They don't understand. He's like, look, ain't no Mexicans up in here. We ain't African. They gonna say, how we know you ain't African? How we know you ain't a Somalian? He gonna say, I don't look like one. Like, here we are. This is why, I don't get onto that ICE train because I know where this is heading.
I don't agree with it, but god dang it, you got to get home safely to your babies and your family. Shout out to my barber. You got to have your paperwork. The struggle, the mission remains the same, trying to acquire freedom. You get pulled over, driver's license. I got forms of ID, driver's license, concealed carry, whatever the freak you think you need to see. You ain't about to, I'm not giving you no reason to go ahead and legally delete me. Because that's what they be looking for reasons for. And this dude sound like one of my uncles. Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I just got out of jail from drinking. Shut up. See, you're not helping. You're not helping.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
He don't have an ID?
I don't know if he didn't say. He most likely don't have driver's license because he said he just got out of jail from drinking and driving.
Oh, I didn't hear that. See, y'all doing
See what I'm saying?
Oh.
Look, I do not like this, and y'all know. They all know this ain't no targeted vehicle. Credit card, debit card, they got my ID. I just got out of jail because they caught me drinking and driving.
Yeah, see. Okay, I didn't hear that part. See, you doing too much, brother. Like, nonetheless, you got your ID, but yeah, here we are. I was speaking on just the whole harassment side of things, the inconvenient side of things. This could be a normal, just checkpoints, ICE everywhere, stopping everybody. And here we are. That's why the people out, let the white folks fight it though. Let them go out in the streets and handle that.
It's my lived experience that Uncle Charlie will put his foot up your John Brown hind parts for no reason based on the color of your skin. Lived it. If he'd do it for no reason, now you want to be out here driving illegally, talking about you already got a record. These are they listening to, they already done profiled you. Now you confirmed you are you a criminal, you just got out of prison. Like, stop making life hard for ourselves. Just do better. Stop moving around illegal, or take the harassment that comes along with it. Done been there, then drove around illegal many times. This comes along with the territory.
And there we go. Like I said, I think it's a double-edged sword. I hear the side you saying, but there's a more insidious side. Like I said, go back to the Jesse Ventura. He told us we need to go and revisit history. This is deeper than just, they are militarizing the police to where they can just say, stop every black person you see. And it can just be the norm. And yeah, that's what we could be. This could be a permanent thing. So whether you legal or not, people getting shot. You see good white folks getting deleted. What make you think they're going to have an impulse for you?
There you go. Good white folks getting deleted. Let's stay out. Don't be out here doing risque things. We see the temperature of the world. It's safe to say if you're going to go out there and protest, you are putting your life at risk. Make sure you are very serious about that protest. That is all. Other than this, traveling the highways and byways, the slave catcher been doing this thing. And that's, again, white folks, this didn't happen to me. Ain't nothing for a cop to pull you over talking about your tail light out, and it ain't. Black folks been dealing with this. Again, welcome aboard, white folks.
So here we are. I'm gonna pull this back up. I see some of y'all backstage.
White America.
Where we at? Welcome up, brother TJ. What you got? What you got, brother?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
A little low, per usual.
Everybody always says a little low. Look, I promise you, it's turned all the way up. I don't know why I don't know.
We can hear you, though. We can hear you. Welcome in, brother.
Yeah, because on my phone, I sound loud, so I don't know. Maybe it's, maybe I need to upgrade your Shure mics.
Hater.
With all this bread y'all making, get the next tier up. You come out of the base model of the Shure mics, fellas.
I think this mid-range.
What you got, TJ? You going a whole nother direction, brother. All right, we talk about America upside down. What you got as far as this guy, or any questions about the show? Any quick questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I agree that this is not our fight. That we should get involved in, but the other side of it, and it's not our fight, and I think we should not get involved in this. We got our own problems, and this ain't one of them. However, when you just think about it from an American standpoint, they're American, which is white folk think that they're only Americans in this country. So when you think about it from their standpoint, the invention of ICE, them putting up checkpoints, these are all violations of the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. They're all Fourth Amendment violations. You are free to be secure in your papers, properties, and personal effects. They can't demand your ID on demand. It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Now, just because, and we already know that, just because that the Constitution states that, just because the Supreme Court has backed that up with multiple cases stating that what they're doing is unconstitutional, illegal, we see that they're doing it. So it doesn't matter to a degree. It almost doesn't matter what the courts, including the Supreme Court, is saying if they're actively out here doing this publicly to everybody. And I'm not against protesting, and we should, even though I say we shouldn't get involved in it, we should temper our rhetoric on discouraging protesting if you want to keep a quote-unquote free country. Every right that we have was due to a protest. I mentioned in my super chat the American Revolution. The American Revolution was nothing but a protest. And if the white boys had not won that war, we will all still be under the British crown if they had not had done that. The Civil War was a protest. The southern states said, I don't want to industrialize. I don't want to let go of my slaves. I don't want to conform to what the protest again. Now, it didn't work out so well for them, but it's a protest. So I understand how we look at these protests and it's wilding out. It is necessary, but you got to be very mindful of the fight that you want to walk into. So
I agree with that. That's what I was saying. Like, you can assume you got all these rights to protest, but once you out there, what's gonna happen is happen. That's why I say just put on your war face, because it's a chance you may not make it home. So you got to address that fact. Don't act like, kiss your family before you go out there and protest. Folks ain't making it home.
Yeah, and I think we should stay out of it because they're gonna. And I know you guys don't think these white boys are all that. Listen, with January 6th, you said that they're not about it. With January 6th, they set up a guillotine. They wanted to swing the vice president from that guillotine in front of the Capitol. Yeah. They went into the Capitol looking for the vice president. You don't need a gun to swing somebody from their neck.
Sound good. Tell them to do it. I'm from the Show Me State.
They could.
TJ, you in the Show Me State. What you talking about? You got to show us.
So wait a minute. So let me get this right, Mr. Gavin X. Because they were not successful in finding the vice president, then that means that they weren't showing you. The whole purpose of them, they breached the Capitol building to go get the vice president. They actually did that.
That's good. Good white folks. They can do what they want.
But I'm just saying, they're the kings and queens of crash outs. Now, just because the South wasn't successful, that doesn't mean that they didn't crash out.
Fair.
The January 6th.
They were smart enough to know not to walk out brandishing firearms, knives, bats. They ain't that crazy. Those were paid, just like these people we see in the streets in Minnesota. A lot of these people are paid, man. So you gotta. Just like the dude, we showed y'all the dude that they was Mason, and he was one of the January 6th guys. These people are paid to go around the country and act like that.
Yeah, and I want them to act like it. Wild out. As long as we don't get involved in it. Let them do it. But I'm just saying, don't have the mindset that they won't do it or can't do it. They're showing you, even if they're paid or not paid, they're willing to do it. Even for 30 pieces of silver, they're willing to do it.
Go do it.
All right, guys. I know you guys got other people on here. You're sick of hearing me. So you guys, I'll let you guys go. I got to get back to my schoolwork.
Appreciate you, brother TJ. Listen here. Let him do it. I agree with TJ. Let him do it. Go and take your land back, white man.
White man ain't busting a grape. What you got, Ebony? Welcome up.
Hey, welcome, guys. Or thank you for having me. Well, I just wanted to comment on the amazing Lucas guy because he is the true definition of a tether, if there is one. And he's always talking about FBAs and mocking us and doing a lot of like rage baiting to get people to call into his show when he has disagreements. And then when you call up and check him on his talking points and everything, he cuts you off and won't let you get a word in edgewise. So I think a lot of the things that he does is just for shock values and for clicks and views. But I don't take him seriously. I think he's trying to mock our culture. And I do believe that he is, maybe one of his parents is black and the other is white or whatever, but he definitely plays both sides. And I get what he was saying today about, explaining to the white people, but don't have them call us, because we've been trying to tell them for all these many years, don't call us now because we've been trying to put y'all on. So don't call your black friends. We don't have nothing to say. Hold your own nuts, just like we're telling the Somalians and everything. So that would be our pushback. Don't be having them people call us. But
a little do's and don'ts pamphlet, just a little pamphlet.
No, man, we've already been discussing this for so long. Go back and look at all the stuff that we've been saying. Don't bother us with this, or that you can tune into the channels where we're going to talk about it, So yeah, we don't have anything to say. But as far as the guy with the that was getting pulled over or whatever, those ICE agents and the police officers, they need to start checking them hairlines. Those hairlines tell a story. And if that hairline is looking janky, then you need to further investigate. But there are a lot of illegal white immigrants from European countries and stuff here too. So it's not only just black immigrants, and they need to, I'm an equal opportunity immigrant. I don't know what to call it, but get them all out. Get the white ones, the black ones. If you're not here legally and you're doing stuff that is not conducive to the country, y'all got to go too. But everybody get your paperwork in order, because you might need that just before the reparations. Look, my people have been here for centuries, so have that paperwork and have your stuff in order, and don't be out where all these protests and stuff are going if you don't have to. Just stay inside. Again, this is not our fight, guys.
There you go. Got my paperwork. Shout out to Sister Ebony.
And there we go. So we had this guy up here. Let us finish this here. We're going to get y'all up here. We're going to open the panel up.
Debit card, there go my ID. Hey, you see ain't no foreigners up in here. We ain't Mexican, African, none of that shit. I'm American. I know, so why would y'all even pull me over? You see
right.
What's going on?
And who's this cowboy?
What's going on?
Y'all gonna get back in your motherfucking car.
That's fucking ridiculous. I know y'all know y'all read my plates. That's fucking crazy. These motherfuckers that read my plates, they really came and tried to
They done tried to
See, I told you.
These
I told you.
motherfuckers is crazy.
This
motherfuckers is crazy.
Yeah, and they came deep.
Wow.
I'm like, Miss Katrina, please don't fucking man.
I told that mother, you better get the fuck out my face, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
Ain't no motherfucking target vehicle, bitch. You knew that. No, but you.
General Mike Payne, national leader of the original Black Panther Party here. We have received many emails from people asking what is our official stance on the ICE situation. I need you all to listen and understand what I'm telling you. We, the original Black Panther Party, in good conscience cannot risk life and limb of our people for groups of people who have not risked life and limb for us. Just because we have a common enemy, that does not equate to us having a common problem. If this was so, now listen to me. If we had a common problem and enemy, where were the immigrants, or even the black immigrants as a whole, when Breonna Taylor, Tyree Nichols, Trayvon Martin, Roland Hill, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, where were you at when our people are murdered in the streets, slaughtered in cold blood by an agency that now hunts you? But now that injustice has touched your door, we have something in common. The black agenda must come first. We are still working on in-house unification. We cannot afford to divide our ranks to help individuals who have not been reciprocatory.
There we go. All right. There's a lot of cosplaying going on in these streets. I don't know who these ninjas is. Don't trust these new ninjas. Respectfully, brother. And I'm gonna pull another video up, but it's a lot going on with these guys, right?
Yeah, Ebony, this your man. Got the 5 and below. He got his head on. Listen, I said it before. If you going to try to adopt the name of the original Black Panther Party, you gotta come with the smoke. I need to see some seasoning. You need to come up here with an eye patch, a scar across your face. I need to know you're going to represent properly for our fallen brothers and sisters of the original Black Panther Party. I come up here with you. What you say? Hot topics at?
Yeah, that's how I recognize him, because of that 5-star Hot Topic hat. Yeah, and you know what, you guys? He looks a little too like well rested and clean shaven. You ain't been in the trenches enough to be out here really fighting like how you're sounding. I mean, it sounds good. You sound good with what you're saying, but y'all are not really about that life. And it just shows, because they're doing some name changes and they're backpedaling a lot. I'm not sure if they're affiliated with the Hispanic Black Panther Party, because they are now changing their names to the Black Lions. They're just doing a lot of backpedaling now. And this is the thing. We're not buying any of it. Like, we already know this is the thing. It's like, this is what you really think about us. You really think that we're about to just hop on the Hot Topic bandwagon and with Julio P. Newton. No, we're not. We're smarter than this. We already know the game. So play it with somebody else. We're sitting back and we're watching with our popcorn. And that just is what it is.
And shout out to Frederick Howard, gifted a membership. So I'm gonna play this video. Hit the like button.
You ain't gonna believe this. So there's a new group of people claiming to be the Black Panther Party, and this dude right here is their leader.
Over the last 2 weeks, a lot of people have been seeing some virality in Philadelphia with a group considering themselves the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense. And the chairman of this particular faction is a guy by the name of Paul Birdsong. Now, looking at Paul Birdsong, he seems to be, I don't know, maybe Black and Puerto Rican or Hispanic. I'm not sure what he is, but he has been a controversial figure, no doubt. He's been taking guns out, patrolling neighborhoods, looking to protect people from the immigrant community from ICE. And I'm going to get to that in just a few moments. But the reality of all of this is that people have been questioning how this guy came about in the first place.
So it's not weird to y'all at all that all of a sudden there's a Black Panther chapter in Philly that is posting videos like every day with a dude that none of us have ever worked with before? That's not weird to y'all?
So people have been calling this guy an agent. They don't know where he's from. How is he getting in the algorithm? How is he just taking the Black Panther ideology and doing whatever he wants with it? And then we have found some disturbing clips of his former life.
Chief, of an interview we did 2 weeks ago with a protester. He talked about protesters in Portland being taken in unmarked vehicles by agents. But during the interview, he talks about gangs in Lansing.
You come try to snatch one of us, the rest of us gonna blast your. You better do that while we not with each other. And then you come to Sandhurst with the Pyrus and the gangster disciples is linked up at and try to snatch somebody over there. I dare you. Make sure you get this in Sandhurst. That's Sandhurst. Come over there, try to take somebody.
People are exposing this guy for previously being affiliated with the Blood Gang. He's a Pyru before, and he was threatening police officers. He's used similar rhetoric here when talking about certain people on ICE. So let me just say this. If he was a gang member in the past, I'm not going to hold that against the brother, okay? Because
Now let's stop it for a minute. So Julio P. Newton, all right, it's only a matter of time before they start digging. They found out he's more than likely a scam. You know, I don't know about his past, like O'Shea said. Can he have been atoned? Who knows? But no, it ain't. Something is wrong here.
Yeah, just on that alone, I won't hold, any type of, affiliation like that against you. You better be a bit of a roughneck if you're gonna take on this position. I don't think that's a bad thing. You could be reformed as long as you are, and bring that toughness along with you. But still, yet, who are you other than that? An old gang member.
Yeah, just the way that he's going about it is all wonky and everything. And now they're trying to change it to the Black Lions. They went from the Black Panthers to the Black Lions. I don't care if they call themselves the Black damn Seahawks at this point. I'm still not jumping in and getting involved. No, because we already see your janky past. We know what type of time you're on. And when you're trying to talk about doing really serious things, you can't be out here joking and playing and then think that we're going to jump along and hop along on your effery. We were already talking about the NFAC a couple of weeks ago and stuff, and this is kind of giving that same type of concept, and it's not it.
No, the not effing around coalition, pure embarrassment.
Because if he's not living that lifestyle right now, I don't understand what that point is. And it does seem that clip was, I think, at least 8 or 9 years ago, so people can change. So he's doing something different now. And obviously, I heard some other claims about him that I could not substantiate, so I didn't want to include that in this video because it wouldn't be fair to him. But I do want to talk about his ideology about the Black Panther Party, which to me is disturbing.
See, a lot of people asking why the Black Panthers are going up against ICE for the immigrants. Well, I want to tell you something. The Black Panther Party is not a black nationalist organization. Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, the one that Huey Newton started with Bobby Seale, is an internationalist organization.
So he says here that the Black Panther Party was not a black nationalist group. It was an international community. And on the surface of what he's talking about, there is some truth to this. Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, they did support other groups. They were part of the Rainbow Coalition. They supported poor whites. Also, there was a collaboration with, Puerto Ricans, especially what happened in Chicago, in that chapter of the Black Panthers, especially with, Fred Hampton in the Chicago chapter of the Black Panther Party. And he was also the deputy chairman of the National Black Panther Party. So there was collaboration with other oppressed groups. But what he is saying here is contradicting this.
This right here is the definition of black nationalism. Black nationalism is a political ideology and movement emphasizing black pride, black unity, black self-determination, and advocating for black people to control their own economics. So keep this in mind as we go through the original 10-point program, which he's purposely not mentioning because he has an agenda. Now, this is Bobby Seale, the original Black Panther who co-founded with Huey P. Newton. And this is him in a speech reciting the 10-point program. Listen to what he say, and you tell me if it sounds like black nationalism or not.
You say we want freedom, we want power to determine the destiny of our black community, full employment for our people.
We want freedom and power to determine the destiny of the black community.
So this creator, I want to give a shout out to him, did a magnificent job of really talking about the Black Panthers, the 10-point program. This was established in 1966 as framework, and it says this. The first thing was freedom and self-determination. Black people should have the power to determine their own political and economic destiny. 2, full employment. The government should guarantee jobs for all people. An end to economic exploitation. Black communities should not be exploited by capitalist systems. Decent housing. Housing fit for human beings with reparations for historical injustice. Now, this is definitely talking about, and we gotta look at when this was framed up in 1966. This is the Black American community in certain parts of the country under segregation still. 5, education that teaches true history. Education should reveal the real history of the United States and the role of black people in it. 6, exemption of black men from military service. Black people should not be forced to fight for a government that denies them basic rights. An end to police brutality, which was number 7. Police violence against black communities must stop. 8, freedom for black prisoners. All black people in prison unjustly should be released. 9, fair trials. Black defendants should be tried by juries made up of people from their own communities. 10, land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. A summary demand for basic human rights and dignity. Backed by the idea that people have the right to alter or abolish unjust governments. This is 1966, and obviously we are not living in that time zone. It was over 60 years ago. And some of us could understand some of the framework, and maybe you cannot. The only thing that we could talk about is full employment. The government should guarantee jobs for all people.
So it's a lot. Shout out to the Panthers. Like I said, it was a different time in history. So the framework today can be a little wonky, but not really. Because all these years later, a lot of the stuff still makes sense. And it's unfortunate. So
our demands still apply. Nothing has changed. I was looking, all that stuff still applies. Yes. That's why I said, I understand that, the Black Panther Party coming back probably should be a thing, but I just feel like and believe as a society as a whole, no matter what color you are, we've got comfortable in this first world country. Got, freaking remote start your car. These cars drive themselves now. We too comfortable. Ain't nobody trying to go out there and bleed in the streets.
Yeah, and with what he's saying, with everything, with the 10 points and everything, all that is true. And if they're trying to come back and reinvent it or reinstate it or whatever, you need to stick with those original points. And you can't just try to veer off and yes, they did do they did fight for immigration because that was one thing that was really important to the country at that time. And remember, whenever we were fighting for immigrants and Black immigrants and other people to come over, we wanted them to come over to act as reinforcement with the fight that we had. And we thought that they would have the same cause. And we learned that that wasn't the case. Mm-hmm. And so things have changed in the last, 60, 70 years from what it originally started from. And, with the immigrants and everything, you can't just come and just, recreate and say that we're all supposed to fight for them. No, that's what we've been doing for the last 60, 70 years. And we're sticking to our own script. So there's nothing that you can do to get us to go out there and fight for immigration. We've done it so many times before and didn't really get a lot in return. And so we're just focusing on our own issues at this time, and delineation is working. And look how there's so much chaos and stuff in the streets, all because we're really not out there fighting. You got the people that you guys showed in the other videos before. Delineation is working, and we just have to stick to our script.
There we go. Consistency.
This could be the only one that could not probably be in a 10-point plan. You can say that was for everybody. But the reality is that this framework was set up for the Black American community. It's what the framework was built on. Just because the Black Panthers decided to work with other marginalized groups, other marginalized communities, collaborations, it does not take away from the 10-point program. And that's the problem with Paul Birdsong. Paul Birdsong is flipping this ideology and recreating the Black Panther Party and changing its DNA to fit his narrative, ignoring the 10-point program. And this is something that a lot of people do. We see a lot of people in religions do this. We see people break away and start their own religious ideologies. They borrow some and keep the other. But the problem is, if you do that, you can no longer consider yourself the Black Panthers, because the Black Panthers were not built on that particular framework. So, and because of that, Paul Birdsong was forced to do this.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. That he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. You know, he said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did in fact give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that he put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in Black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that Black nationalism is acquiesce to racism, and that we don't stand like that, that we're internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said, we will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from...
Now, this person he's referring to is Aaron Dixon. Now, Aaron L. Dixon is a former captain of the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party for its initial 4 years. He's a brother that marched with Dr. King, and he was born in Chicago, Illinois. He met with some of the Black Panther leadership with Bobby Seale and Kathleen Cleaver, who basically made an impression on him, and he spent a lot of time in San Francisco, and he helped set up the Black Panther chapter outside of California in Seattle. He's a brother that also set up the free breakfast for children program that fed thousands of African-American children. He helped to open up a free community medical and legal clinic, okay? And the clinic still continues this day at the Caroline Downs Family Medical Center. So this is a brother that at first allowed this young man to use the framework. And then once Aaron Dixon saw what he was doing, and I don't know if Aaron Dixon had the right to do that, it seems like the Black Panther Party was started.
Oh, there you go. So why are you trying to ride off their coattails? So I guess at one point they say, all right, you cool. And then they seen what you was doing. So it's like McDonald's giving you the right to franchise their store. And then they find out you in there selling pizza and damn crab boils. They say, whoa, that ain't on the menu. All right, we sell Big Macs, chicken sandwiches, right? It's a framework. And you going outside the framework. You can't ride with us no more.
You trying to serve meatloaf. Give them folks chicken monk nuggets, ninja. Done and done. Now what they say, now that the Black Lions, shout out to the Black Lions. Gotta evolve, gotta change. I ain't mad at it. Shout out to what was that, American Gangster? You can't call this Blue Magic. My man called him. He said you gotta change that Black Panther. Like what'd you say? You call it black. You can call it Black Dog Doodle. I don't give a dang. Don't you dare call it Black Panther.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that the brother stood up and maybe, you know, he thought it would be a good idea and thought that they would continue on with the traditions and the 10 points and everything that was originally started. And, you know, Unc, you know, looking like Sugar Free was like, no, y'all are BS. And like his Sugar Free song said, it was like, yeah, no, you guys can't use that name anymore. And yeah, you guys need to be the lion. So snatch all them patches and buttons and all your bells and whistles, take all that off. And yeah, you cannot be naming yourself Black Panthers because you're not representing what it originally started. And it is what it is. I'm shout out to him for setting them straight.
It's fair.
There we go. And we're going to drop the link. We're going to start bringing y'all up. We'll open the panel up. We're going to finish this. Hit the like button.
Before him, I don't know if he had any legal rights to do it, but you know, then he saw these guys doing whatever they want, and he saw what they were doing, and he was like, "Look, we cannot let you guys continue to do this." Let me say this about people who are agents. And this is a guy that might definitely be an agent. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to say when it comes to people like this is that they always have an issue building up their own stuff. When you look at some of the people out there, whether you like it or not, let's look at Yvette Carnell and hashtag ADOS. You look at Tariq Nasheed FBA. You look at anybody that builds up their own platform, whether you agree or disagree with it or not. Look at Dr. Umar Johnson. These are guys who go out and they build up their own platforms. They do it with their own work, their own organization, the United Negro College Fund, all these.
And that's kind of what I was just saying. Like, why you trying to piggyback off of what they already did? Start your own ish. Y'all want to take a shortcut and then misuse it? Y'all wilding.
Like, if you're going to do it and you're going to pay homage to it, but like the brother said, one of the founders, and follow the 10-point, plan, okay, then maybe they can ride with you. But you came in here and gave it a all lives matter makeover. Everyone say absolutely not. You soft ninjas.
Yeah, and that just goes along with the whole dual allegiance. When you're someone of dual allegiances, like he's Puerto Rican and black, or he has a dual allegiance. So that's why you can't be a leader if you have that dual allegiance, because you might have ulterior motives. Maybe you want to bring some more of your Puerto Rican relatives and stuff over, so you are fighting for that cause, and that necessarily doesn't represent what we're trying to do. So that goes with the whole dual allegiance thing, and that's why we just have to be careful with people's background and everything.
Well said. Very well said. Yep.
We go.
Things. Whether you like it or not. The one thing that I dislike is you feel like immigrants and everybody should be equal. Why don't you use your own name? The point is you can't use your own name because you don't want to build anything. You want to use somebody else's stuff and grift off of somebody else's hard work to change it and build up some clout for yourself. And then if this is the case, why haven't we seen you? I mean, and I'm going to give a shout out to New Possibilities here. Why haven't we seen you doing things like this before? We've seen you, like I said, there was a clip of him, threatening the police for some of the gang stuff. And I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to that kind of spirit of him fighting the system. But outside of that, you could call yourself something else and build it up. Okay. And you could go out there and clean up the community and do it your own way. But leave the Black Panther stuff to the Black Panthers. You got people that died for this. There's another guy in Virginia, the original Black Panther Party of Virginia. The brother's name is Mike Payne. And again, don't have any problem with the brother. Mike Payne, he's a brother that seems like he's doing some stuff out there. And that's great. Okay. But I'm not sure if, could he call it something else? I think you can look at it either way. Seems like his framework, I will give him this credit. His framework is more closer aligned to the original Black Panther Party. His framework is way more closer aligned. But like I said, what I think is the original Black Panther Party, that's his name. I think that it deserves only to be for those who were in the original group. If it's the Black Panther Party of if it's Black Panther Party of Virginia, cool. The original Black Panther Party does not need to be changed for somebody else who was not a part of the original movement. But I will say though, I think that this brother here, Mike Payne, is doing some great work. I will say that. Okay, from what I can see of the brother, he is doing that.
I don't know. I'll say this. Y'all need to let the Black Panthers rest. Start your own group. That's just how I feel about it, and y'all see the way it was dismantled. So, y'all see how they labeled the organization, right or wrong. You should try to rebrand it totally and give it a facelift, because it had a black eye, like I said, for a lot of the wrong reasons, but people were locked up forever and deleted and some more stuff.
It was brutal. And that's my criticism. Like, I don't look like y'all ready to follow that suit. Them brothers, shout out and glory to them brothers. That some of them brothers was martyrs. They knew what they did. They knew what the outcome was, and they still went out there day after day, facing deletion in the face. That's a whole different energy. Not saying you got to be on that, but as we keep saying, change your name, respect that organization, their sacrifice, and just let it rest. Honor it, but let it rest.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a more appropriate name would be like the Brown Pelicans. Pelicans or a native bird to the Caribbean or whatever, and you want to cape for your people or whatever. Be the Brown Pelicans, and y'all can just be all lives matter and do that. But leave the black and don't try to piggyback off of what we already created and try to make it your own. Create your own thing.
The Tan Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And shout out to Petty Salma, come through gifting 10 channel memberships.
Petty Sama always coming through with the 10 memberships. We appreciate you, brother.
Make sure y'all thank that brother over here for you jive chickens. I'm gonna have to look and see who got the memberships.
For sure.
And Reed Pink, been a member 3 months. To shout out to Truth Over Lies. Salute. Keep fighting the good fight.
Salute to our lovely pink sister.
And Project Leroy says, yeah, he says the Black Lions.
Airline check, Project Leroy.
So here we go. Welcome up, man. Evolve. What you got, brother? What's your take on things?
Welcome up, our Caribbean brother.
Respect, brothers. Respect. Shout out Anthony Dan. I always run back to the story what I said one time ago when I used to work for a tour company. And we took a group of people out in the back where we was doing some snorkeling. At the end of the day, everyone was coming in, and this is the group. There was a camera crew. I've been on all type of different shows and stuff like that. And when everyone came into the boat, the last guy came up and he said, "Hey guys, there's a shark down there." And everyone started putting on their dive gear and they start getting ready, right? And I stop everyone. I say, "Hold on." I say, "Listen, white people, when someone comes out of the water and says there's a shark, everyone comes into the boat. Why are y'all trying to go in the water?" And these people laugh at me. They put on their diving gear. They went back in the water, right? Maybe 20 minutes later, they come back out. This guy, his hand is bleeding. So the shark was sleeping. And he goes and touched the shark. And when the shark wake up and swam away, the shark had a very abrasive skin and it scratched him. So here it is now. He underneath there, shark sleeping, and he goes and messes with the shark. That's what I think this whole thing is about. You have a lot of white people who are not afraid out there in the streets, carrying on with all of that ruckus, when they don't really understand the danger that they putting themselves into. Because in a lot of places, when you go out protesting, you literally going out to die. You see what happened in Iran and these different places? When you go out to protest, 12,000 people might have gotten shot. They don't even know the internet get blackout and all you hear is gunfire. You can't be out in these streets and these type of environments. And here it is, you going out with a gun and extra clips and you're a nurse. What's really going on, white people? You can't be carrying on with that. And I'm thankful that these brothers here talking to other Black Americans to tell you stay in the house, because the biggest thing that most people are not talking about and what's the real threat is that there's people out there who may not be ICE, who still doing those abductions, taking organs. Those organs, stealing people, they didn't disappear and go nowhere, you know. They are right there taking people and carrying them just like before. And if you smart, you're supposed to be with your family and making sure that you guys stay together so that no one gets abducted. The Chinese people have this app now, Are You Alive? If you don't tap this every 2 days, everyone know to go look for you because you might be dead. You can't take this thing for no joke. And that's one thing what a lot of people say, like the derogatory thing about Americans. Americans sometimes seem too naive. You can't be naive thinking you could go out in the street with these people, these people wild up. They have on masks. And they're already kicking ass. And you going out there talking about you. And that allegedly, that fellow who even died, his parents had said to him, "Why you going out there? Why you don't stay home?" They sort of admitted that, I think, in a report when they was talking to them. They was asking him why he going out there inside all of that stuff. And now they don't have a child. You can't take this thing for no joke. This ain't no joke. This shit is real.
For sure. Tell them like it is. It's dangerous out there. Move accordingly. Don't complain about it. We see too much stuff on social media to be caught by surprise now with the violence they are ensuing. Be smart.
So what you got, Rachad Media? Welcome up, brother.
Welcome up, Rachad. Wake up.
Well, let me let this play then. I'll let this play. I'll get y'all in.
Okay, is this thing on?
There you go. Okay.
Is it on?
You got some kind of delay, but you hear. Or I don't know. Can you hear me? Do you hear
There's
me?
always a delay for me with this StreamYard thing.
Can you hear?
Go ahead, run your tape. Play your tape.
Black citizens, we are not the target. Sure, like anything else, a few black citizens get stopped, hassled, and ID'd. That's been happening to us for 400 plus years. The difference now is we aren't who they're looking for. We don't mean this in a harsh way to any community that migrated here and are targets of ICE. But legal or illegally, this has been our experience since our shackled feet touched the Virginia soil. Welcome to America. If you're not in control of this situation, I'm telling you, I will shut this business down. It will be shut down. There will be no more customers. You guys, matter of fact, are you close to this neighborhood? You live around here in this community? Do you live in, what? Do you live in this community? Do you give back to the community?
Yes, we go over there. We just take care of people.
No, I say, do you give back to the community?
We are good people.
I'm not asking you that. I said, do you give back to, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. Could you finish up with him really quickly? Do you give back to this community? Is my question. Because you take from the community. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You come here, you make your money, then you go back wherever you go, and you pay for your kids' college and all that type of stuff. Great, fine. But you don't give back to this community. You're not going to come here, take money, and...
Oh, here we go. Let me stop him for a minute. All right. There's got to be a better way of going about this, brother. You know, I get it. You might not like the store, but a better solution, we got to open our own stores. We got to stop patronizing their stores. I mean, you can't stop them in America from opening up a business. Granted, they could put it wherever they want. It just so happens they put in our community and we patronize them. And we need to build our own stores and open up our own stores and support each other and quit being so hard on one another. But like I said, because this can turn criminal real fast. You can't just go in there. You know what I mean? This ain't how you go about it.
And it's pathetic. They're seeing it in our own, hometown community. Black folks that's local there open up a shop or whatever they got going on. The locals do not patronize them. I know too many folks that had to go into the city from our backwoods country town, had to go into the city. And then once they moved into the city, the locals would then drive 25, 30 minutes to patronize because now you done made it, right? But yeah, we got to starting our own stores, having our own ecosystem. We can't keep begging people and trying to yell at them to support us. It ain't never gonna work. Ain't been working.
Yeah, and we don't have to shop at these places if we don't like them or if they treat us a certain kind of way. We don't have to go in there just because it's around the corner from our house. I'd rather drive 10, 15 minutes away and shop somewhere where.
And here's the thing, Ebony. I think we are like-minded. Why don't black folks as a whole stand on business with this stuff? Why do we keep going into these stores?
I think it's just because it's one of the reasons. Maybe it's closer to home. It's in the neighborhood. It's convenient or whatever. And it's
right
around.
Right there, Ebony. Revolution takes inconvenience.
Right.
That's it. That's why, because it's close. That's why the Arabs and the Asians put it right there. Because you don't have to catch a ride or jitney or Uber, but to be a real revolutionary, you have to go with some inconveniences. That's right, Ebony.
Yeah, and that goes along with the bus. When we did the bus boycotting and everything, it definitely took a lot more to walk and to carpool and do those other things instead of taking the bus. We had to figure it out. It was definitely inconvenient, but we made a statement and we damn near put the whole busing system out of business. So we just have to stand on business when it comes to stuff like that, and just know that in Black communities and everything, they will give immigrants business licenses and loans and everything to put those businesses in our community, because they're not in the white communities. They're all in the inner city communities, and it's there for a purpose. It's there for us to either patron their businesses or make it an inconvenient for us to go somewhere else. And we just have to be aware of what's going on within our communities.
Amen.
And there you go. And what you got, Rich? Try to get you back in. Y'all all having audio issue. What you got, Richard? You there?
Well, I was listening to, hey, good evening, everybody. Hello, Ebony. Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
How many, I was listening to what Ebony was saying about what happened in the past. You know, that was 60 years ago, maybe even 70. However, a question, how many of those people today will have that same resolve as our great grandparents had? Do you think? How many?
As far as what? Saying resolve in regards to what?
Well, Richard, he on the 7
What
second
Ebony was
delay.
just describing about the bus boycott.
Okay.
You mean like how many of us would be standing on business like our grandparents and great grandparents did during the bus boycotts?
Not many of us. Not many of us,
Yeah.
OG. Shoot.
What's that percentage?
Pool 5.
There you go.
Okay.
Because I think that the people of today, you know, that are of age like our grandparents and parents at that time, they don't have that resolve. They're not cut from that. Somehow they lost a thread to that cloth. Okay. The reason those convenience stores exist in that community is because a lot of those people don't have vehicles to get to the Walmart that's a mile or 2 miles away. Okay. They don't have a vehicle to get to the Costco. All right. And that store that they're working with that's on the corner is easily accessible. They don't feel as embarrassed when they go in there to use their EBT card. Okay. They can go in there and get stuff with their EBT that they can't get from Walmart. You know, I've seen it. So, you know, we don't, again, I said this before, you know, for this revolution for us to happen, there's going to be a lot of bodies we're going to have to just walk over. Okay. And whatever percentage that is, we just have to stand strong and be on code with that. You know, that's what I'm teaching my kids and my grandkids. You know, because it ain't going, I mean, what we saw today in Minneapolis is definitely the precursor to what's going to happen. All right. I mean, we saw a glimpse of that in 2020, but they're geared up fully now. You know, and two things that I know. Those people, they operate on autonomy. They believe that they don't have any fear. That's why they go out in the African jungle hunting lions, walking through the jungle. That's why they ride in open air buses on safari trips, riding around lions. Okay. They don't have any fear. And that's why when man evolved, that's why they jumping in the water, because they run to that type of excitement. That's what gets them going. Okay, that's what. 2 days ago, it was cold up here in Chicago, where I live. It was like about 12 below. All right, that's without the wind blowing. When the wind blows, it's like about 20. But anyway, I wrapped up and I went to Walmart to get a few things. And I got some stuff going on in my house. I needed some electronic stuff real quick. But anyway, I went to Walmart And do you know, I saw a young lady with open-toed flip-flops on. You know, so I know they like the code, because the way they dress, they like the code.
That
And
Viking
as soon as
skin.
it gets warm in April or May, they're coming out of that stuff because there's too many clothes for them. But they operate on economy. They run to that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I noticed. Okay, and this is my last point here. I'm going to make right now. You know, these what'd you call them? These Timo? Did you call them, Ebony? The Timo Black Panthers? Is that what you called them?
Oh yeah, the Timu Black Panthers. Yes,
They
great value.
they don't they man. Let me tell you. You know, I was Baba T's on. Okay, listen, but I was a kid back in the mid '60s. You know, even right before King got killed and shortly after. And the Black Panther Party over on the west side of Chicago had food programs going on, and they had these schools called freedom schools. Well, they taught history, math, and gave you that education, okay, about not about being militant, but about standing up and fighting and protecting your city. So when the riots broke out after King got killed, or the day he got killed, when the riots broke out, the governor at the time, what's that term? When they bring out the National Guards?
Martial law?
National Guards. But over on 16th Street, on the west side, the Black Panthers had that sold up. All right. They were lined up. There's a lot of black businesses over there at that time, and they were lined up. And there were some Jewish businesses over there at that time too that were paying the Black Panthers to protect them from the stores from getting burnt up and looted. Okay. And they were out there strong. And it was like, no, you ain't touching this. Okay. You're not touching this. So, you know, but these guys are working on, they ain't working on nothing, man, because those guys wasn't out there walking around with shotguns unless it was necessary.
There you go.
Right.
It had to be necessary for them to be out there armed. Okay. All right. So, you know, hey, these guys don't know, they don't know nothing. They don't know. Baba Tisa, remember this. During the 1968 Democratic National Convention that was held in Chicago, these six white guys that was a leader. In fact, two of them became U.S. senators. Now, just think about that. They were placed on trial. They were called conspirators. They were called terrorists, and they had 6 or 7 other charges. Okay, it was 6 of them, and actually it was 7 because they caught Bobby Seals up in that. He got caught up in that, and they treated him much different than they treated those white boys.
Right.
Okay. He was in Chicago to give a speech, and he probably even possibly talked to Fred Hampton because they were doing some things in Chicago. But he got caught up, and they said that this guy came from Oakland, California to Chicago to start trouble. And here's the real thing. During the trial, when they was holding the trial, and he was telling them how they were denying him his rights, his civil rights, and how he'd been wrongly arrested. And it was a kangaroo court. Man, they bound him up. They tied him to a chair in chains. They gagged his mouth and they blindfolded him. Jesus. And that's how he was during all the trial.
Wow.
Golly.
All right.
Okay.
That's how he was during all the trial. All right. He couldn't even speak. He couldn't defend himself. Okay, that's how they do stuff back then in Chicago. Bubba, you remember that, don't you?
Shout out to you real quick before
Bobby
T
these
gets
guys
going.
ain't hitting on nothing, man.
Let me grab the chest for Ty. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
All right. Shout out to Classy Perspective says, tell black people to stop asking for discounts from other blacks. Ninja, if you can buy full price Gucci, you can pay full price for orange juice.
Amen.
And shout out to Baba T. Says, evening family.
Evening, OG.
And he come back, says, having problems with my laptop.
You hear now?
So I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna get Baba T in, and we go.
Sorry. Could you finish up with him really quickly? Do you give back to this community? Is my question. Because you take from the community. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You come here, you make your money, then you go back wherever you go, and you pay for your kids' college and all that type of stuff. Great, fine. But you don't give back to this community. You're not going to come here, take money, and disrespect our people. Do you understand that?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You're not going to disrespect our people, okay?
I'm really sorry about it. I'm really sorry.
You say you're sorry. If I hear it happens again, I'm shutting it down. I swear I'm coming here, and you're not going to have a business.
Sorry, sir.
Not in this community.
We don't do this, sir. Just like if somebody has some, we try to solve everyone, sir. We don't. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry, everybody. Please, we are not here. We are not doing this, sir. We don't do anything, sir. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry, sir.
Look,
sorry, sir.
I'm letting,
sorry,
okay, and I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know. I promise you, we will spend all of our efforts and all of our day to shut this shit down if you continue to allow to disrespect people. You don't treat our people like that, brother. We're trying to keep you safe. Chill out, okay? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Thank you, sir. Hey, we're trying to keep you safe.
Okay, sir.
Him, but no more disrespecting our people.
We respect everybody.
If we hear about it again, I'm coming back.
Sir, no problem.
Do you understand that? Because our black women don't deserve that. And they all don't look like it. They particularly say her. That's who they say is doing it. They didn't say you, they say her. They say she's nasty and she's mean. Is this the case?
I'm really sorry about that. See what he got the coffee and everything stuff back.
What happened?
I want to take care of her. She can give us a coffee.
Yeah, they say the coffee is horrible. They say it's always cold.
I make one coffee for her. I gave it to her. She said, okay, thank you very much. She just smiled and happy. She was happy. That's what we're gonna help her. I was over there making the coffee. I was not here at all.
I understand. I don't want to hear about it again, okay?
No problem. Thank you. I'm really sorry.
All power to the people!
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 All out! Peace, brother. Peace, brother. I might not want to shop there. There's plenty of other ones, you know what I mean? Hey, if they're disrespectful, you let us know.
This is wicked. So the whole time they sitting in here trying to cuss this dude out. Look at Haji back there. Haji just sitting there looking like,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
your thoughts ain't my thoughts. You Black Panther, Haji like, I don't like black folks, all right? And they don't. So if white folks walked in here, they will get treated with the utmost respect. And they know who to treat and how to treat them, unfortunately. And especially how you carry yourself, how you dress, right? Bonquisha go in there with a bonnet and some pajama pants. They gonna meet you with disrespect, all right? But if you walk in here with a three-piece suit, they more like, but you shouldn't have to do that to get respect. There gotta be a medium between a three-piece suit and a bonnet and pajama pants. I don't know what that is.
See, we are in the world of extremes. There ain't no middle ground. I'm on record saying that constantly. Ain't nobody just dress normal, regular, degular. You are either flammed up, you know, you got your drip on, you dripped up, dripped out, or you look like you just rolled out of bed. Choose your outcomes when you go into the world.
So what you got, Ebony, real quick? I'll get Bobby T in after you.
I mean, y'all, they were in formation. They looked like they were really about that life, but you cannot go into an establishment and do this. It's okay if you want to, you know, maybe protest or something outside of the establishment or whatever, and just talk to the people. Don't let them know to come in. Just because they serve cold coffee and all that stuff, you don't have to shop there, you know. But my question is, what is the reinforcement that they have? Like, you're coming in there with all that tough talk, don't make me come back in here and do something. Well, what are you going to do? Like, what are you guys back behind? I know there was about 30 of you guys, and you guys had your Black Panther leather jackets on and everything, and y'all looked like you were really about that life. But what are you really doing to back all this up? There's no like enforcement. Like, who's enforcing you guys?
Let me ask you this. Should there be something to be said? I think it's because I don't totally disagree with it, right? Because if these places are disrespecting Black, if they have no respect, maybe somebody should go in there and like as like authority or reinforcement to let them know like we are to be respected, right? But how should he have go about that? I don't know.
Like you said, I like it too, but like Ebony's saying, no idle threats, because then you nullify the whole thing. Like, what are you going to do, right?
Right. Yeah, like what is your threats back behind it? That's the whole thing. But by all means, I've been to places like and seen stuff on the news, like when there was the Asian nail shop or whatever that had beat those Black women with a broom and all that. They
Yeah.
protested that business outside that business and got it shut down. There it is. They didn't have to go in there and threaten them or whatever. They just went outside, talk their grievances with the customers and everything, and people learned and they just shut the business down. That's how we've always done it in the past. But Gavin X, you're right about what you said. They do need to understand that they need to respect us, and a lot of times they don't. They just think of us as money, and like you said, you go back and send the money to your countries and everything, and they have their own beliefs about who we are and what we are. So I think the right thing is just to protest outside and talk to the people. Maybe talk to people in the community and let them know. But being in there talking to them, I don't know if that was as effective as they thought it would be.
There you go.
At all. I mean, at best, they could have went in there dressed up like ICE. They could have had on some ICE gear, some ski masks. They're like, look, y'all disrespect Black folks one more time, we deporting everybody. Oh, no problem. Much respect. They will move different.
Just don't get caught impersonating an ICE officer.
So what you got, Baba T? We'll get you in. What you got, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good evening, family. And definitely to the Most High and the ancestors that allow us to be here for another day. This is a gift for us. This stuff is crazy out here. I mean, you know how I feel. Oh, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark, recount. West Adams Street. He just took me down some history. In 68 also, we was throwing rocks and everything at the police outside the DNC, and they called it a political dealing with the Vietnam War, and it wasn't. It was political with us against these racist cops, these Irish police and how we were being treated. Man, I tell you, this is I don't know. I heard something today, and I said, listen, if we ever want to do something about our situation, we're too scared to do it. And I said that plenty of times. We're too scared to do it. But first off, I just want to go off topic for about 2 minutes. Miss Triple X Rachel, you couldn't wait for me to get on last week so you can kick me off. You was holding that. You had that resentment the whole week. I had you like playing with a remote control. You couldn't wait. You wouldn't even let me get a word out. Click, 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 bam. Secondly, you tried to use the what's the acronym that you use?
I can't remember. She ain't in the chat. I can't remember.
That's all right. That's all right. She'll get the message. She'll get a rewind. What you all call it? Need to be right. Sign
language.
Sign language. Yeah. Sign language. Insult, guilt, and need to be right. Oh, and shame. So you tried to shame me. You insulted me twice talking about something, boy. When you call an elder any reference to son, that means you calling me a boy. Okay? And you don't talk that way to your elders. Number 2, you insulted me again, and you said, do some reading, you're uneducated. All right? Then you have wanted me to feel like I had guilt because of what I was telling you. And I told you to go ask your elders. So obviously, you must have asked your elders and you found out I made a little sense to you and you kicked me off. And it's okay. It's okay. I know you had the need to be right. It's cool. But try not to do those things with the elders, because that shows me that if you did it with me, you're doing the same thing outside your door and elders that you come in contact with. All right? Okay. Now that I'm finished with that. And I have no, man, I don't hold nothing against her. I didn't call her out her name. Never will. No, she can't move my channels. I can put it on mute. Yeah. That's why I told you I don't debate with women, because they forget stuff. They forget that they get emotional. What do you think I said that, man? Yeah, but this whole situation, listen, I told you all before, white folks ain't giving up their white card for us. Yeah, this isn't about classism. It's always been about race. When it comes to us, they all get together for their favor against us. Always. So we have to get out of that mindset. You know, this is class. White folks outnumber us. 1 for every 6 of them is one of us. So we are not them. Don't get involved with their stuff. Leave them alone. You know, and if that knucklehead that was talking that crap to the business owner, stupidity. You know, we lock down businesses just protesting, and ain't nothing coming in and nothing coming out. Okay? Had a gas station, was the last place I knew they locked down, up on 111th Street, because the owner was so nasty toward black folks. Hey, he had to sell the business. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so if it's really that serious, you can always go in and say, hey, man, we understand you got the shot. Can you hire one of our people, please? You understand what I'm saying? He's not going to give up the shot, but at least he will have a little sympathy and empathy for where we're coming from. You can't go up in there. You're going to call the police on your ass. What you going to do next? They already got you putting yourself out there. You didn't threaten the man. You know, come on. You got to be smart with these white folks. Hey, and another thing you got to understand, when they stopped them, that little young brother and sister, they knew what they was doing, because, you know, you got to think like white folks, man. You got to think like white folks. They got us down there supporting some people that don't really care for us. They say, okay, go stop a few of them. You understand me? You got to think like white folks, man. And that's both sides of the coin. They're the same. Doesn't matter. They ain't none of them gave us our 40 acres in the mule. All right? Shit. They don't even want to give us reparations. And that's both sides. So I tell you, man, we need to stay out of their mess.
I agree.
We need to connect with our mess and make it better. And I tell people, especially us, if each one of us go out here and do a little bit what needs to be done, things will look a little bit different. Just a little bit what needs to be done. That means you don't be saying the N-word.
Amen.
You don't be saying B's, H's. Okay? You're not listening to negative music.
Amen.
You know, you're not wearing your pants where your kids see your butt.
Talk about
just a little bit of stuff. You know, and that goes for us as well. These are your kids. You all in your 40s, they're your kids. So you have to be an example. You can't talk like them, talking, yeah, bro. And you know, you're an adult man. You talk like a man. You know, then they will learn how to talk. So, hey, other than that, we're going to continue to decline. So if we care about that, start with that. Forget all them white folks. That's their shit. Leave their stuff alone. They ain't never concerned about our stuff. Leave them alone. You know how I feel about that. Please. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. My neighbors was melanated people. Okay? Hell, the white folks moved away when we got in the neighborhood. Shit. Hey, what guy, am I right? So, hey, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. No, it's crazy. We need to love ourselves and quit being on the camera talking about these people. Don't none of them like us. You know, Not one of them like us. I'm one of those ones that say, I know my neighbors now. They black folks. And I'm happy I'm right down here. I don't want to live with no other people, please. Little Johnny running across my yard. Get your ass off my yard. Hey, next thing you know, they changing the neighborhood.
That's gentrification right there. It is. Well, listen, what you got, Ebony?
I just was going to tag team off of what Baba T was saying and just say a couple things. I know Rachel can speak for herself, and she never has a problem with doing it. But through my exchanges with her, I know that she's very big on just coming with the facts and making sure that everybody is doing their own research and looking into things, even though we talk about certain things, you know, on the channel and everything, but just making sure that everything is factual. And I know that through our exchanges and stuff, there's been times where, you know, she's let me know, hey, you know, these dates or something that I said was wrong. And I'm like, oh, cool. I do my research. I look into it and I'm like, good looking out, you know, and vice versa. There's things that I've shared with her that she didn't know about. And, you know, it is what it is. We're all here to help each other grow and to learn. And we're all here for the bigger picture. So I don't think it's so much like that, but I think it's more or less the bigger picture of just getting all the facts and everything in check. Baba T. So I just wanted to say that, but I know Rachel can speak for herself, but that's what I know about her and her exchanges. So
I like you trying to keep the peace, Ebony. I like that.
There you go. Don't hurt nobody, Baba T. And here we go. I want to get my man Triple X in. I'm gonna play this real quick. We'll get you in, Triple.
I don't want to hear about it again, okay?
No, but thank you. I'm really sorry.
All power to the people!
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 All out! Peace, brother. Peace, brother.
Fall out. What you got, Triple X? Fall out, brother.
Whoa, that is such a courageous example of Black powerness. But no, let me say this. I think there's a lot of truth to what Baba T said and Rachai to a degree about the right way to handle this. As much as I enjoy watching that, somebody getting checked for dirt that's been done, I don't want anything to happen to those brothers. You know, the legal system is going to be against them from approaching that in that way. You know, going in there in that manner, saying we are going to shut the business down, you know, like that, it makes it seem like we're going to come in there with guns and shut you down, you know, or it can be interpreted a lot of different ways. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. The protest and putting the words out there and really putting it out there on the streets is a way to get the business knocked down, and you can get it knocked down, and you can say, hey, it's ways that, you know, these things can be handled, but you have to be careful about how you're talking to people on camera like that, especially in that way, especially to these people, because you know they're going to run to the cops. As soon as they got out of that parking lot, the cops is on speed dial. You feel me? So with that said, I mean, I love the display, but we got to move a little bit more smarter than that. I respect the intent and all of that. And now, as far as you know, what the elders were saying about the Black Panther Party, man, you know, it's just tragic, man. I hate to see what happened to Fred Hampton like that, man. Just 21. If you look at where he was at for his potential, that's like LeBron James having an injury or getting taken out in like his second year, man. You know, or everything that happened after never would have happened. It's just crazy, man. Possibly the greatest, man, just getting taken out. For where he was at 21, he was starting to gain ground on the greats already, man. And he was like half of their age when they got taken out. So it's tragic, man. And that William O'Neal, man, that guy's garbage, man. That informant for the Black Panther Party, that was one of the main things that caused the party to get taken out, is they didn't have a proper vetting system for these guys. And then they just got to letting everybody in. Like, I know the Asian guy in San Francisco, I forget his name offhand, but he turned out to be an informant. It was so many informants, they was just causing commotion and conflict amongst the party. That's what helped get the party taken down, man.
Well, let me ask you, like, how could they grow if they wasn't bringing in? You know, I think it can only grow, but so big if you don't start bringing in people that you might not be able to trust them. You don't know. These are people you just meet. If you want to grow it big and, you know, to have a real effect, that's where it's going to be infiltrated. That's why it's so hard to start these organizations. What you got? Yeah. What you got on that? What do you think? You think it's possible to grow an organization, you know, with hundreds of thousands and, you know, everybody, and not have one person working for the feds or something? I don't know. His audio went out. What you got, Evie? What you think?
Man, yeah. Well, first of all, yes, sir. I am.
First of all, to you, before you get going, what you think about your cousin? I heard you related to this dude.
Gab, that was dirty. That was low. That's a low blow, brother.
Get your folk.
Get my folk right. Yes, sir. I am feeling fantastic per usual. Restart the show, Richard. Tell them to restart the show, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. You know, that's right. Yeah, Patriots in 7. That's right, Ebony Dean. Sorry about that, baby. You're going to take that L next week. But I'm going to tell you something, though. It's, you know, I had a pastor tell me one time that the Black Panther, this had to be in the 60s, was looking out for his mother. Dude, like, he almost like cried in front of me, man. He was talking about the Black Panthers. And I'm looking at the Black Panthers of the day and looking at those Black Panthers, but I think they were two totally separate organizations with two totally different missions. You know what I'm saying? The missions back then were pretty much, hey, you know, we have these injustices. You know, this is wrong. We're fighting. You know, we're fighting the system. We're fighting. You know, now I don't want to say to be equal, but yeah, they were fighting for equality. This Black Panthers, I think they're fighting for supremacy. It's like the supremacy it doesn't have a motif. And you asked the question, can they all come together? How did the Nation of Islam come together? How's the nation so strong? The nation's been strong for a long time. It's not been a perfect organization, but for some reason they are a strong organization. You don't hear about informants coming out of there. I mean, if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, the way you bring these organizations together, you have to have a humble mission. And the problem is that you got 100 people in an organization and there are 50 different missions. And it's like rowing a boat. Everybody rowing their own way, and all the boat is doing is just going around in a circle. So it's really hard to say, you know, if that's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, or whatever. But the point is that you got to get that mission straight first. And I think a lot of people are just trying to be agitators. You say what you like to say, but I mean, I looked at that video. I want to know what it accomplished. What was the end goal? What did we do by telling Habu, you know, we're going to, you know, his coffee ain't cold. Like Ebony just said, you know, it's like, go somewhere else. If you don't like the coffee, go somewhere else. So what is our mission? That's the first thing. Because he's looking like he didn't IDAGF, whatever the acronym is. But that's kind of how he look, and that's how they feel.
I agree. You know, you said, what's the difference between the original Black Panthers and this new one? I truly believe the original ones, based on just the temperature of the world and just lack of these first world luxuries, those brothers, Fred Hampton and them, they knew, or at least believed, that they was going to get deleted someday. They took on the position of a martyr. That's why them brothers was 21 years old, looking like they was 35, man. Like that's stress. Every day they went out to the world, they was checking police driving by, threatening them. Their lives were in danger every day. That's not so much the case today. Yeah, you can put your life in danger how you move, but their life was in danger just from being outside. So it's a totally different energy.
I was going to say it come down to these guys is privilege. So,
there you go.
You know what I mean? We live in this world. They up here doing a revolution from the internet on a cell phone. This is privilege.
Or they're oppressed from a gated community.
Yeah, so there's a couple of guys that was really, people was really starving. There really wasn't jobs and all. There was real things going on. These guys are cosplaying at best.
And not disrespect to anybody that want to, try to do something revolutionary, but keep it a buck. It's got to be in you. Can't go out and buy it. Can't go out and buy a revolutionary spirit, man, because it may cost you your life. It's very serious.
Yeah. What you got, Manny Ball?
It is going to cost you your life. The reality is, like I say, there's always a 1%. And most people who are on the internet talking, usually joking. If that's one thing I learned from Puffy and that whole situation, was when I was young in the 90s and the 2000s, you really thought these people was from the streets out there mobbing and carrying on all the time. Shut Knight was hanging these fellas them off balconies.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a hard pause though. You're gonna say something you learned from Puff. What you learned from Puff? Huh?
That most of these people who was my heroes, who you thought was your heroes, was getting their butt taken.
Pause. You ain't learned nothing from Puff.
Most of the gangs, you remember, like I tell you, in the Bahamas, Americans.
Not D blocks, nobody on D block and the Rough Riders, none of them was engaged in none of that buffoonery. I stamped that.
No. What I mean to say is that as a Bahamian, we get our information from the United States. So most of the people who we look up to are Americans and American culture, because that's all we get. And so when there's people who I know who literally wanted to be Lil Wayne, walking around with the exact tattoos he have on their face. You know what I mean? And these people in the Bahamas, and you would say, these people will faint if they see the right rap star. And I'm talking man on man. You could imagine a man falling out because he see another man. That's how some people is really take these superstars that they see on TV. And so you have a lot of people who believe that thug life thing is just how you carry on until you get punched in your face. Then you hear people start making all type of excuses. And when you on the internet talking about you as a part of the Black Panther and you XYZ, you know what happened with your phone? Why your phone don't have a battery no more that you could take out, right? Because it's always on. They always listening. They take that away from you. You can't take off your phone and drive places and they don't know where you going. Your phone don't have no battery you could take out. So it could, when you cut it off at night, it could still cut on and turn on your alarm because it still is on listening and recording you. These people them turn around and put batteries in the Palestinian Mendo's radios that they ordered from Radio Shack, and it exploded and was killing them, voicing out parts of people's bodies and stuff like that. That's what's happening with Israel and the Palestinian fellas. They ordered radios for their organization. And when they got the radios, they had already intercepted the radios and put small explosives in them. And on a certain day, all of the radios just start exploding and start killing Palestinian.
Allegedly.
No, that was on the news. That was reported.
I'm just saying. I know.
That was on the news. You trying to talk all of this talk and you recording yourself bullying this old man and his wife in the shop. Stuff like that has pissed me off. Because when you come inside my shop, you don't know how I get this money, and you bullying me and my wife, you and your bunch of friends, I come in to see you later on that night and see if you really is a gangster. So I didn't think that was cool at all.
It wasn't. Yeah, I agree. We have that. I think this got to happen in all hoods and urban communities around the globe, man, where you get these foreigners move in and they don't like it happened in our town. Folks always protesting. I know what I think it was last year. At least 2 places I know personally got protested against because of how unfair they was treating the locals. One place was gouging on water or something. I don't know if it was hotter or it was a drought, but they started jacking the price up on the water at the local gas station, the corner bodegas. But there you go. Don't be begging folks to be kind to you. Don't beg folks to take your money.
But see, you know something, but I'm gonna tell you this now. Let me give you the flip side of that. So I'm in the funeral business. Y'all all know that. But why do they think we're a nonprofit organization? They think we're supposed to give it to you for free. This is no lie. All right, Baba T. This is no lie. I'm just calling you out. There are people who will have a loved one in the back room that has just passed away. They will call 12 different places looking for the cheapest price. Okay, I don't know if y'all guys remember that chick that was from my area, the one that was following. She's supposed to be the news lady, the real ghetto news lady, Rhoda Young. I don't y'all remember doing stories on her. So she popped up to my funeral home one day. She popped up one day, and allegedly a chick had said I sold her child's ashes. Now this is a family of somebody that I helped. The chick didn't have any money. Girl had zero money. I went and I gave it to her at the bottom price. She took me to court because before she took me to court, she took me to Rhoda. So Rhoda comes to the funeral home, and I'm like, oh God, because she has a name on a truck. And I'm like, what's Rhoda Young doing out here? And I said, okay, Rhoda, what did I do? She was like, well, yeah, this girl said that you sued, she's suing you, this, that, the other. She disturbed my lunch, blah, 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 blah. And you supposed to give her a horse and carriage. I'm like, what is she talking about? I ended up getting sued, ended up winning the case. But the sad part about it, now that's the first time I went on Rhoda. I went on Rhoda Young again. It was interesting. But the whole thing in a nutshell is that every time I've helped someone, and it's always they'll cry the same cry. I have no insurance, or they don't want to, or they don't feel like they want to pay. They come to us, and then we've got to do a whole bunch of bending and helping, or they'll go somewhere else, or sometimes you want them to go somewhere else. I know, Baba, y'all in Chicago, y'all got my buddy out there, Spencer Lee, it's a good friend of mine out there. My buddy over there on South Jeffrey, Cage, you can forget it. You better pay his prices. But the point I'm making, they will go to 15,000 different places, and they're gonna want the world like they paid 20,000. And if you don't give it to them, they're going to sue you. Now take these same people, go to somebody white, and they'll charge them the most. And then they'll look at them okay, well, okay, so that's what we get. They don't even do half the stuff that we do. So my point is like Classy said earlier, it's like if you can afford to pay them Jordans, you can afford to pay this funeral bill. That's where I look at it.
I agree. I got similar horror stories, man. I learned at the car dealership, EV, don't go out your way being nice to help folks. Every single time I did it, and I was a hard learner, because folks come in like you said, oh, can you help me with this? I just need a little of this. And you do what you can to help them. And you like, I'm helping you, but you saying it ain't enough. That's wicked. You got to learn how to smell at home, folks. Don't be going out your way to help certain people.
But check this out. Then you have your white customers come in. You know what they do? They'll come back a year later. Hey, I forgot I owe you $700. Or whatever it is. So I just wish our people would do a whole lot for our businesses because we want to send our kids to private schools too. We want to live in a decent place. We're not trying to live in the biggest place, but you'll gladly give your money to somebody that don't give two flips about you, who is not going to even move heaven, hell, or earth for you. And then you want to sue us.
JJP would say you're a coon. Why you trying to send your kids to white school, EV? Send them to the project so they can learn how to fight.
There are a whole lot of black private schools. A lot of black private schools.
What you got, Ebony?
Yeah, I was gonna say with Evie, that's something that I learned about you. I didn't know that you were in the funeral business. I actually had to bury both of my parents, and so going through that process, it was a very you know, there's a lot of emotions involved in everything. And there's a lot of issues that come up with insurance, like certain funeral homes, like they don't take insurances. And then the burial site, it's cash only, and you got to try to scrape up the money to figure it out because, you know, sometimes it's just cash only. So I do get where you're coming from that perspective. And I know the emotional side, just as a family member trying to bury a loved one. But by no means should you be trying to cut deals, because they offer lots of different plans. You don't have to have the horse and carriage and the white doves and all that if the money is tight. They also have the cardboard boxes that you can put your loved one into. Or he knows what I'm talking about. They give you all the options.
Yeah, they taxing. They taxing nowadays. They want like $5,000 for cremations anymore. Look, they scamming folks.
See, and that's why they don't want to pay us, because y'all think that. That's not the truth.
Hell with that.
That's not the truth.
Don't be in the campfire. Hell,
dude, my overhead is high. All these taxes. Look at Virginia, man, with these people coming out here with this new government.
We believe you, V. We believe you. Why you want $5,000 for a barbecue?
Absolutely not.
Because my mortgage is 20.
That's what's
yeah,
up.
you gotta pay for that.
No, them two things don't correlate. What's the cost of doing business?
Listen here, like Mr. X said, you ain't gotta tell nobody we're gonna be on my land. Go ahead, get a nice hot fire going, and go ahead and dump me in there and bury my ashes around the tree. And all of the fruits that come from that tree gonna be fruits from Mr. Walker. And guess what that's gonna cost you? Nothing but a good time. Y'all have a good old time, get drunk. There you go.
Yeah, but back to what we were saying about like what we can take away from the original Black Panthers and what we can do with the movement now today. I think one of the things that we've done a great job of doing is our third eye is wide open. We can notice effery from a mile away when we see people coming up like this representative on the screen here with the 5-star Hot Topic hat. We can smell his BS because we already know how people infiltrated the Black Panthers. They infiltrated the Nation of Islam. They infiltrated all of our leaders from the past. And so we're now, you know, we're checking hairlines, we're checking lineage, and we're checking legacy and loyalty and where you're at with it. And so we're asking for paperwork. We're checking to see everything about where you're from, and you know, if we were to start a real Black Panther party, we're checking all that because we've seen all the things that happened to our past leaders and everything. So our third eye is open, and we're more aware right now than I think we ever were before, because us by nature, we're very opening and inviting and giving, and now we're just kind of like, oh, okay, we're kind of delineating, we're kind of just doing our own thing and just trying to look out for our people. So I think that is one takeaway that we have right now that is very strong, because it seems like the majority of us are on code, at least when it comes to that.
I agree. So here we are. Shout out to Brother Richai. He came through. He says, I need to check my browser extension. StreamYard does not like my browser configuration. All right, back if you do. But we're about to get final thoughts here. What y'all got? America is upside down. Everyone is on edge. What's y'all final thoughts here tonight, man? Evolve. What you got?
The biggest challenge is the fact that you have so many different groups, so many different people, and everyone wants to be a part of their own group and their own people. That unless someone invade America, I don't see much of there being any unity. And without the unity, you can't make no progress, because progress only comes when you come together under a vision and a goal, and you try to achieve that. If you look in the Bible where they talk about the Tower of Babel, when everyone was one nation, one voice. That's how the story goes, if you believe the story. And they were building so much of a tower and unified that it said that God himself said anything that these people could imagine, they do. So to stop them, I need to disperse these people and separate them. And that's the same trick that is going on right now, what is causing America to turn upside down with all of this rioting and carrying on. Because at the end of the day, if you trying to fight a war inside of your own house, there'll never be peace.
Amen. That was the truth right there. Without unity, it's over. Plain and simple. Division, divide and conquer. They're not just sayings. They're war tactics. Appreciate you, man. Evolve. Baba T, what you got, OG? Oh, he gone.
I know a lot of audio issues tonight. What you got, Sister Ebony? We appreciate you coming up tonight.
Always.
You muted.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Just reiterating what we've already said, just about you know, we're more aware than we are at you know, than ever before and everything. And not to say, I think all the examples that you brought up tonight, we can take good pieces from what everyone said. Even Amazing Lucas, you might have to dig a little deeper to get to it, but I you know, I think there's something that we can take from all of them. But just continue to stay focused and you know, represent your lineage, and delineation is working, you guys, and we just have to stick to our own script and worry about our own people. The things that are going on right now in this country, thank God it's just not our fight. This has nothing to do with us. And as we're seeing in all these videos, we need to stay out the way, because we already know all the things that can happen from us being out there. Now, like Mr. Walker and Gavin said, I think protesting is necessary, but it has to be able to benefit your group. And if you're going out and caping for other people, that's not something that you should be doing right now, because I'm not risking my life for anybody but my own people and my family and my lineage at this point. We've already caped enough, and those days are over. And just you know, when you're seeing these videos and people talking about their Black Panther this or Black Lion this or Black Seahawk that, whatever they want to call themselves, just listen to the message and look, you know, beyond the messenger, because at the end of the day, people are going to start telling on themselves, and we just see where they're coming from. We're noticing there's lots of holes in these people's stories. We're checking their paperwork and noticing that things are a little bit janky, and that's how we just have to continue moving forward when people try to co-opt and cosplay as being a representative of us. But Gavin X and Mr. Walker, thanks for this topic. This was another great discussion, another great Truth Over Lies episode, and thanks for having us.
Always, sister. Appreciate you always coming up supporting. Thank you.
So y'all done come back up here late. We'll get y'all in. Baba T, what's your final thoughts here tonight, brother?
I don't know, man. America.
America the beautiful.
America has never been a dystopia. You know? I mean, hey, that's the bottom line. And we have to understand how we fit in this country, as we always been trying to do. And I mean, hey, you know, sometimes we have to understand if it gets too hot in the kitchen, we need to stay out of it. Don't go in that kitchen. I ain't got nothing for us. And it's a shame that you know, when they brought out Grand Theft Auto, and that's really was in the time, the first one, and the kids started going outside killing other kids because they thought it was a game. Now look what it has resorted to.
You said GTA?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite games. I'm a GTA kid.
First time. They took the stats up and they were showing how it really played the mind on the kids out here. And they started shooting with real guns because they thought it was a game. So we got to let our kids understand it's not a game out here.
Amen.
It's not a game, man. They trying to knock us off. We don't get that.
You know, Instagram.
So yeah. And listen to EV Ray. That's right. We want our discount. What's wrong with you, man? We got our 400 years, man. What's up with you? You got to help a brother out. Can I pay on my cremation?
You're funny. You're funny, dude. Boy, you funny.
I want to pay on my cremation now. So you can't go up.
There you go. You're a smart man.
There we go. Yeah, that's a great idea. Huh. So what you got, Brother Richard? What's your final thoughts here?
So you can hear me now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I like what Ebony Dean said. Oh, shout out to Project Leroy. Thank you for that suggestion, man. I think that I'm gonna use that from now on. That works. But I like what Ebony Dean said. You know, whatever happened in the past, and whatever those movements were in the past, in the '60s, great movements. That time is past. Project Leroy said it. It's been 60 years, and we haven't made any movement yet.
That's right.
A very strong signal was sent to the Black community when they were knocking off the leaders of those movements, and no one stepped in to fill that void. One, because the movement didn't raise a disciple, or two, they were too afraid to take on that mantle and pick up that baton.
And we still too afraid, Richard. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I think Ebony alluded to that. I think that's what Project Leroy has alluded to in the chat. Okay, so but those times have gone. I think that Bubba T said that the 40-year-old parents, they have to move in a different way. This is a different time. There's technology out here that we didn't have when I was coming up during those movements. Okay, it's time for marching and whatnot. That's my opinion. Is we need to move in a different way to galvanize a movement. You know, Black Panther Party, yeah, that's all nostalgia now. Okay, and you know, just like the NAACP, that's all nostalgia now. We need to move in a different way as a community of people or a group of people. We need to build a community, that number one, and then we need to move differently as a group of people. That's what I think, and that's what I see. So, you know, that's all. Oh, the last thing, is EV still on? So EV, I get where you're coming from as far as the business you're in, and I think when you first joined the chat, I think you said what you did for a living.
He greedy.
But, I already got mine already mapped out. All I got to do is pay for it. I already know what I want. In Chicago, it costs $3,700 for a service. You can rent the coffin and cremation. Done.
Oh, you could rent a coffin then.
Yeah.
Now we talking. Yeah, I don't need to keep it.
Why are you gonna keep it? You're not gonna do anything with it.
Yeah, shoot.
In fact, you won't even know you in it.
You might.
No, hey, I used to sell life insurance, believe it or not, and that's number one. Get some daggone life insurance. And I remember I was young and green, you know what I'm saying, way behind the ears. I'm telling this guy, I'm like, yeah, sir, you know, when you pass away, your death benefit will be, you know, $100,000. He said, I ain't getting nothing. He said, my wife getting it, and she only gonna use it to hunch on another guy. I didn't know what else to say. I was like, oh, okay. He said, F that. He said, I ain't getting no insurance. I'm not paying for my wife to be getting knocked down in my house. He said, you could bury me in the backyard. I think that was my last appointment.
hey, Mr. Walker, that's how I am. I got money set aside, and I got it all spelled out on what's going to happen. All right? I got 2 kids. I got 4 grandkids. Guess what? You know, I already told my wife what she needed to do. You know, because, you know, hey, I'm gonna spend most of mine right now.
There you go.
So when that time comes, I'm gonna have that $3,700.
But don't tell Mr. Lee to give it to you for free. And then if he give it to you for free, then don't go sue him for it. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Because when I come back around for my next life, I don't want to run into him again. He's gonna talk about you owe me some money. I'm done.
Then I ain't coming back.
Somebody check. I'm gonna repo his coffin. You're funny, man.
Yeah, EV's gonna call EB to come get that coffin
In a minute.
If he greedy, why didn't you tell us we could rent you in the business? You never once came here and said, just so y'all know, in case y'all don't
Cause
want
Gav stomped me out. Gav called me greedy from the gate. I ain't even get that far in my spill. You know, I ain't get that far. Gav just kind of shot me out the water.
but we can rent coffins.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So they could come see you in there. So your folks will come see you. Oh, look at them. And then they gonna, after everybody leave, they're just gonna dump you in the furnace.
Right. Yeah. But at least don't ask for it for free. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And shout out to Baba T in the Cash App. He dropped the 10 ball. He says, Rachel don't know nothing. Fact check my ass. Man.
Oh,
wait, what?
Baba T, what you got, Baba T? Baba T, you and Rachel, can't we all get along? In the words of Rodney King.
Please, because you're gonna come here with smoke, man. Golly.
They may just need to kiss it out or hunch it out or do something with it.
There you go. Kumbaya.
What you got, EB? What's your final thoughts, brother?
Man, I came back from my final thought. I had somebody towed downstairs. But let me just say this, man. You know, I agree totally with Richard, man. Richard, I totally agree with you, man, 1,000,000,000%. The thing I think, though, I watch how other communities, like the Asian communities, who don't even have the population that we have, they get so much stuff done, man. And I'm like, you know why? Because these greedy politicians do not know how to pinpoint them. They vote one way or they vote another way. We're so stuck on this tradition on how we do things that it's detrimental to us. Take a look at it, man. They can get an Asian hate bill. It is not that many of them, you know? So I think our people, we need to kind of swing and swing that pendulum. The first thing I think, and I ain't going down this rabbit hole, but I'm just going to admit it. I think we need to get our women on board with us. I believe that. That's the first thing. We can't do nothing without our women. Number two, we need to ping pong. We need to go between the parties. You know, sometimes we're here, sometimes we're there. They can't pinpoint us. And you know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to give you tangibles, like Ebony's been talking about. They're gonna have to do that to get your vote. But if they know they got you,
EV, we ain't doing that. We either going to not do anything or we all gonna vote independently and show our unity in the lost vote. But ping pong, we've been ping ponging, EV.
No, we've not been ping ponging. We are I run those political circles, and I know how they already tell. Some sides already they discount the black vote. Well, there's no need for us to go over there because we know they're not gonna listen to us anyway. Or well, we got them. Or then they'll come and then they'll act like they're a Baptist preacher at the church with the hot sauce and all that stuff and buck dance on TV. Shout out to Roland Martin, Roly Poly. They do that stuff, so they already got you. So what incentive do I have to clean up your schools? What incentive do I have to clean up your neighborhood? I've got zero incentives. I've got zero incentives. So with that being said, I think that our vote has power, not staying home. I think our vote, we need to not be ping pong. I'm not ping pong. We don't need to be pinpointed because when they pinpoint you, they have no incentive to do right by you.
So now we ping pong it. That's why we can't ever come to a conclusion. I thought we was voting independent. Now EV said we got to ping pong.
Yeah, well, it's policy over party, right? I thought that's what we were going with, is the policies for us over the party. We're whoever's talking the right kind of talk for us, that's who we're going with, regardless if it's Democrat or Republican.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't even know who's running, what's their point. So just gotta wait and see. Right now, we don't know too much.
You need to get an email list. You guys need an email list, some sort of, like the Jehovah's Witness, they have their magazine will come out every month. You all need something.
We need Watchtower.
Yeah, Watchtower. You guys need something to be able to, so you could come together and have a number. And
we got Patreon. We got, actually, since you said it, man, Evolve, if you want to join our group, join the Patreon. That's our Watchtower. All right.
There you go. But outside of that, yeah, white man controls the internet. So it wouldn't be done on the internet. We would have to do it, through pigeons and notes and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, sitting in the backyard, high fences or walls and sitting there. Ain't no words. The cameras is watching and the microphones is listening. We writing on paper, by fire and in cursive. So we're gonna pass the note and everybody can read it. And once we understand, burn it. Yeah, take it back to the old days.
Get Mike Tyson. Where Tyson at with all his damn pigeons? All right, we can make something work.
Seriously, got to do it. That's what it's gonna take. Listen, that's not a conspiracy. I don't know who bought it up, but these man evolved. These phones, the microphones, your TV, it's done. They're always listening. And if you don't think they are, F around and find out and be doing something wild.
Yeah, that's why the battery can't come out anymore. Because one time ago, you could just take out the battery and that disabled your phone. So now they made it that the phone batteries can't come out, so the phone never cuts off.
I never thought about that.
I feel like you just learned that before the show. All right, the way he keep talking about it.
I'm buying it.
He's right, though. He's right.
You want to know some of the rabbit holes I go down, brother. That's why I tell you I don't play around with people who talking, just talking. Because I already know this shit is real.
Shout out to Man Evolve. I tell you what, I've been checking up on the Caribbean and folks trying to buy up all the land in the Caribbean, Man Evolve, and they trying to ostracize the Bohemians, right? Wow.
You're supposed to lease the land. Don't ever let your land be for free. You're supposed to lease it. Do like Trump, what they didn't, like Trump wanted Greenland. That's why he didn't go with it, because he didn't understand. It's 99 years that they already have a deal with Greenland that they could already be there. That's why he said the deal is so good and he can't get away with it, because they already have rights to be there for 99 years. That's what we're supposed to do with our land, because you could just buy it up and then the Bohemians can't afford it.
Yeah, lease it. There you go.
Yeah, lease it for 99 years. And after 99 years, you come back, you do a new lease, because you're supposed to done make enough money out of all this stuff. Then you bless the nation again, and you're supposed to use that for programs like cleaning the road, making sure the kids have something to do to keep them out of trouble. Just make sure that money go towards investing back into the land, and you just get it like that.
There you go.
But ain't no leaders. Everybody just down talking.
There we go. Okay. Everybody, all of America, Caribbean, we all upside down, baby. We got to get right or not.
So here we are. We appreciate y'all coming up here tonight. It was another crazy show. Anybody got any last little 10-second tidbit? You can get
absolutely not. EV, stop. Don't even unmute your mic, EV. Don't do it. Don't do it. We heard you loud and clear.
Glaze Galaxy. We gotta have some conversation about that. So good night, y'all.
See, y'all want to talk about having rule over Glaze Galaxy. You see what G Honda did to Glaze City. Before this is said and done, there will be a Glaze City comic book. I done had it. It's in my heart, because I'm telling you, that's a catastrophe. But yeah, you ain't getting power over Glaze Galaxy EV Ray. Stand down.
Now, what you got? Something real quick, Richard, before we get out of here?
Yeah. So Ebony Dean, it's always good to see you. My wife came down there and took a peek to see who I was talking to. So, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. But
shout out to your wife and shout out to you.
But good luck to your Seahawks. I'm not going to watch the game. I stopped watching NFL football long ago. But good luck to you.
Thank you, Rakai. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Rakai.
They're going to need it. All right. They're going to.
I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I definitely am rooting for no daggone Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The Patriots, they've had a long run. Let us get a little bit of it. Come on, Gavin X. I need you to be on board.
We need 7. We ain't studying y'all.
7. See?
Yeah, they have 7 rings.
Well, they got 6. They try and get 7.
Oh, they need 7. That's
Pittsburgh got 6. Whoa, we can't be doing that now. Easy.
Yeah, that's why we need our ring. Let us get our little ring. We got a few. It's our time to shine.
Shout out to sports and fandemonium.
There you go. So there you go. I'm for either team. Just a good game. I'll say that. No blowout.
And everybody stay healthy. No injuries. I know I'm getting no injuries.
And Project Leroy, he says, unity talk is over. New term is indifference.
You got to unify, Project Leroy. I know you don't like it. You gotta unify.
Nope. Project Leroy's right. Them days is over. We're sticking to our own script and doing our own thing. And whoever wants to join can, but if not, it is what it is. We're doing our own thing at this point.
Where we at?
Y'all heard it here first.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
So we appreciate y'all coming up tonight. I know we're going to check out. I know what's today, Tuesday. We'll see what Corey Holcomb talk about tonight. All right. Let's see if Corey keeps stoking the fire. I don't know. If Corey stoked the fire again tonight, we'll be back tomorrow.
We'll see. Oh, God forbid. I'm so tired talking about Corey and Anton. Long as something new got to happen, I'll be damned. Talking about they better come up with something new and exciting. Shout out to Sister Olawa. She dropped the video in the Patreon, but they since took it down of the monkey suit or whatever. They wilding. So yeah, they better bring the smoke. Let's just go full tilt ignorance.
So we'll see if they keep
did
it up.
Did he file any paperwork yet for any lawsuit? I saw the attorney break down on that boy, and it didn't look good at all.
We don't know. You got to be here tomorrow. We ain't about to go down that rabbit hole right now. I'll tell you that. So we appreciate y'all coming up. All right. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out Evie. Shout out Baba T, Richa, Man Evolve.
Bye.
Just everything. Yep. Hopefully we see you back up here this weekend.
Yep. I'll be here.
Appreciate
all right. Bye, guys.
Go Seahawks.
So here we are. We done made it through another crazy show. Like we said, we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight over there at the 51. I see the stuff is still going on. It still got legs. Like everybody is talking about it daily. We've let it go, but many people have not.
I'm over it. Starting to get Kundra vibes, man. God dang, just wicked drama. Either fight or hush up at this point. I don't know what else to say. All this, I'm gonna sue you. No. Let's be men. Can we go back to being men? I shout out to Brother Hamp. I respect that space. They went over there. They met up in the boxing ring and they hashed out like men. That's beautiful. That's how you do. But all this man. Hush up, ninjas.
That part. So if he got some kind of bombshell, which it has been, all right, we keep thinking it's over, but they keep getting more legs. But we'll see. We said we was done. And then the woman come out and sued him, and we talked about that this weekend. So it just keeps going.
We'll see. Shout out to social media. Never let stuff die down. As long as there's still some meat on the bones. I thought we was down to bone marrow. This is a regenerating carcass. You think it's all dry bones. You turn around, it's trying to crawl away. I'm here.
That's it. So nonetheless, I don't think Anton's been talking about it much. Not much. He's been talking about a lot, but he ain't been talking about Corey. I see. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what Corey got to say. He hasn't talked since these new allegations come out and the video with him hitting that woman. So we'll see. He gonna have something to say tonight for sure.
I would imagine. I would definitely imagine, but you're right. Yeah.
He was in the airport. I see he was in the airport yesterday and some dude was stalking him in the airport. So yeah, Corey Holcomb was in the airport yesterday. Some paparazzi guy kept following him. Like, get away from me. And they was going at it. So it's a lot going on. He said the agents, people following him. I don't know.
Well, it is what it is. Don't come up here on social media and obtain any degree of celebrity and then don't think that the vultures and the jackals are not going to come out the woodworks, especially when you conjure up drama. It is what it is.
That part. So we appreciate all y'all coming through tonight. We will be back. Shout out to Baba T. Back in the Cash App again with a fireball. He says AR leaks.
AR leaks. Leaks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, brother.
So y'all be leaving me stuff to look up. AR leaks. He'd be yelling if I'm okay. AR leaks. I gotta make a note. All right, appreciate you, OG.
Appreciate you, Baba T. So here we are. Nonetheless, we'll be back Thursday for sure. All right, we'll be back Thursday for sure over at SBC. And depending on what happens tomorrow, we may come back.
Depending on the madness, see you tomorrow. But if things aren't too crazy, then we'll see you on Thursday. So, but if you want to know when we're going to be back, you got to keep your ears and eyes to the cart before the horse. Truth over lies, single by choices streets. Make sure y'all hit the daggone like button on your way out. We had a good number of people in here. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All you ghost watchers, please and thank you.
That part. So until then, subscribe to all the channels. We just hit 35,000 over at SBC. So like I said, we'll be back there Thursday.
We moving, man. Let's keep moving. We can only do so with y'all support.
That part. So until either tomorrow or Thursday, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Cart Before the Horse Productions.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now, viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not Berry Boys.
Not Berry Boys.